burping with a burp. I don't know if you heard that. Yo, 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 what's up? Sorry it took me a second, but we're here, so it's fine. Thank you. I didn't even have to ask. Hell yeah, I appreciate you. Velvet Device. It's quiet. Oh my god, it is quiet. I just recorded a whole fucking podcast. I gotta turn it up. Shit. I hope that didn't fuck up podcast. Hey Jeff, what's up? I'll have to ask if my audio levels were okay. Let me do that right now, actually. I gotta say, live streaming is so much less stressful than like something that's like pre-recorded or whatever. Hey Andrew, this fucking bigwig was causing a whole ruckus, and it was just a whole thing, you know. And I couldn't, because any mistakes I make, I have to edit later. But right now, it's like it's just chill. I can just be, whatever. I can make mistakes and I can take breaks and whatever else. Um, all right, y'all. So I've been so fucking busy. Um, and I've got a lot going on. So we're just gonna do VS announcements today because that usually takes quite a lot of time regardless. And so commissions and stuff will be next week. If you want to do any more commissions, then hit my line, hit the link in the description. Let me go ahead and put in the pinned chat. But I just recorded the new segment of 15 Minutes with You, so the November and December Melusine titles are reviewed. Just got to get that recording, edit it down, shouldn't be long. Sorry, I just like scarfed down a snack in the like 5 minutes in between. So I'm like, my stomach is like, hey, relax. um, and that's done. I've been working on a commissioned project or whatever. All right, I'm not trying to give it away or nothing, but you know, some cool shit's coming together. All right, I've been doing a lot. Okay, it's been a lot today, so I didn't have time to get to the commissions. The I didn't have time to watch any of them, and I bought the 4K of Cruising, but it hasn't come in yet. So that's what I'm gonna review since I've seen it already. But yes, let me quit yapping for a second and fucking get this in the chat. Please, everybody, tell me how you're doing. Fill up my chat, please and thank you. You guys were on it more than me. Shit. I'm sorry. You could look forward to it next week or maybe Friday. We'll see. How was it? Was it awesome? Was it so good? Ordered some stuff from today's slate. What did you order? I haven't had a chance to really go through it in depth because I've been waiting for this. I'm just cleaning up my notes while I'm looking at them. Where is it? Here it is. It was literally at the top of all my notes. Okay. Copy and paste. So, if you want to add to my plate and give me a commission, hit that link. If you just want to donate and you don't want to add to my plate, that's even more appreciated. Because this is basically my job now. My hours have been pretty dramatically reduced and it's been a whole thing. So We're flying by the seat of my pants, by the skin of my teeth, and we're making it happen, I guess, right? That's not true. I'm pet sitting now. I have label commissions I'm doing. I'm stitching together like 6 different incomes, and if you want to help with that project, hit that link. And then if you want me to review something on top of that, you know what? You paid for it. You earned it. I'll do it. Happy to do it. So, did I pin this? I did. Okay. Sick. All right, let me catch up on chat real quick. You said it was a little quiet. That makes me feel better that it wasn't like terrible. So we're going to go through the VS announcements, we're going to go through the partner labels, and we're going to go through Melusine as well. So I think that probably means, what, 70 titles to talk about today? Something? That ballpark. February stuff should be coming in tomorrow. Nice. I forgot to grab something. The big thing that I wanted to do. I'll grab that in a second. I'll wait for more people to be here because it's a big deal and it's really cool. I'm excited about it. All right. But I'll be back in a second. Hold on. Let me catch up on chat. Scattered today. I'm all over the place. Hot Frosty. I want to know how it was. All right. You or Addie, tell me. How was it? Reviver 2 and Castration movie. 2 of the most exciting things today. I bet you do know what it is. Because it's pretty fucking cool. All right, let's just do it. I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab it. All right. I guess I don't need to have my headphones on. I'll take a break. Okay, leave my fucking everything a break because I've had my headphones on all day because I've just been working all day. Let's see. I'll plug them in so they can charge. Okay. Look at that, it worked. We're at double digits viewers now. All right, everybody, look at this shit. You ready? My very first contributor copy. Blu-ray that I have fucking worked on, that I'm on the disc, okay? The thing that I've been like working towards since I started this channel. What now? 4 years ago? 5 years ago? Jesus. Hair High from Deaf Crocodile. Featuring me on the disc is here in my hand. Look at that. I share a what product, a billing of sorts with Sarah Silverman and David Carradine and Matt Groening. If you had told me that, you know, when I was in high school or whatever, Jesus, that's just crazy. Can I ask what was the process like to get commissioned? They invited me. I did the interview with Bill Plimpton, and both times because Ryan Verrill, you know, Disconnected, Someone's Favorite Productions, etc. produces discs for Deaf Crocodile, he invited me onto the project, and I really appreciated that because he knows how much I love the filmmaker. They all liked the interview that I did, so they asked me onto the project. And there was I have other ones in the works. I did the one for New Wave, and I have more on the way for labels. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but this was the very first one. So here's the slipcase with new artwork from Bill Plimpton. Okay. If you watched my interview with Bill Plimpton, also by the way, you will have seen that I literally said, "Hey, can the next one y'all put out be Hair High? Because I love this movie and it would be tight." And then not only did they do that, they asked me to be on the discs. That's pretty fucking cool. So here's my favorite thing about Deaf Crocodile limited editions. All right. They have a J card, the bane of my existence, but it's okay because it fits in the case. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to fold it. I don't have to put it in a drawer. I don't have to do anything. It goes right in here where it should go. Unbelievable. So fucking good, right? The nice slipcase. Hello, Brendan. Hello, friends. Glad we're all here today. Limited edition of 1750. That feels like a really specific number, but y'all should go pick this up. Please support this release. Tell them in the order notes you got it because I'm on it. All right, help me out. This has short films in it. I actually don't know that I've seen Shut Eye Hotel. I haven't seen all the features on this yet, other than me. But yeah, Justin Long is on this. Hell yeah, dude. If you're into weirdo animation, if you're into like artsy comedy, if you're into horny shit, check this out. All right. So on this, there is 2 Plimpton shorts, Horn Dog, which is really good, and Shut Eye Hotel, which I don't. Let me double check. I don't think I've seen it, but now I can watch it. Shut Eye Hotel. I've not seen it. That's exciting. Pretty cool. Let's see. New video interview with Bill Plimpton and Maureen McElrin, who I'm a big fan of because they're great musicians. Or I guess she's a great musician. I don't know. I think he helps write them, but she's like the musical force there. Moderated by my friend Dennis Bartok of Deaf Crocodile. Oh, what's this? New visual essay, Horny High, Sex, Identity, and Animated Anarchy in Hair High by film critic. That's me, Celeste de la Cabra. There it is, right there, bitch. You know what it is. New commentary track by animation producer and podcaster Adam Rakoff, podcaster and film critic James Hancock, and filmmaker and podcaster Martin Kessler. Need to check that out. New artwork by Beth Morris. I'll show you that in a second. Blu-ray authoring by David McKenzie of Fidelity in Motion. Slipcase featuring new artwork by Bill Plimpton, 60-page illustrated booklet, new essay by longtime Plimpton collaborator John Holderried, and new essay by film critic Walter Shaw. You want that booklet? All right, you gotta scoop this shit. Limited edition. Thankfully, I'm on the standard edition too, so you can just get that if you want, but you should get the limited to support. Anyway, here's a new artwork from Beth Morris, which is awesome. Looks great. There's the back. And there I am again on the features on the back. Sorry, y'all. This might be obnoxious, but you just gotta let me flex for a second. All right, I've just been kind of working towards this for a minute, And here's a nice chunky booklet. All right. So you get lots of art in here. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, obviously, but thank you. I appreciate that. You should do that for sure. Then plus I love this movie. I believe in this movie, and I think people in my audience would like it. There's a frog in a cowboy hat. Come on, bro. That's good. And then they have a bunch of pages of like the cast voice actors with their characters. Look at that. Sarah Silverman is in a booklet. And my name is in it too. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's Bill from Kill Bill. I'm in the fucking booklet. It's crazy. Um who else is in this? We got Justin Long. It's all connecting. It's all a circle, all right? Barbarian, one of my earliest reviews, starring Justin Long. And here we are. Matt Groening and Don Hertzfeldt. Animation legends for ball knowers. All right. There's a puppy dog. Pretty cool. And then there's a special thanks page. You know, nothing really to see here. Oh, except who's that? Who's on the fucking special thanks? That's me, bitch. You know what it is. All right, I'll stop being obnoxious, but here's the disc. They sent me a little trading card for Hedgehog in the Fog. Pretty hard. Which is in a box set that I should probably check out because that sounds sick. Anyway, this is gonna live in my backdrop now because I'm gonna start replacing my backdrop with films that I worked on, that I'm on the special features, and it'll be cool, right? Because eventually we're gonna fill that shit up. Fill that shit up, you know. Anyway, good job, me. Thank you all for your support. Honestly, y'all are the best. Bask in it. That's right. That's right, bitch. I love how many people in my chat have .666 in my in their username. I think that's appropriate and funny. But thank you guys. It's you know, your support that has gotten me here, you know. This shit doesn't really happen without an audience and without people who believe in me and who support me and who, you know, gas me up and shit and like make it such that this is something that I can return to and put this amount of effort into, you know. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Anyway, down. Take down. I don't need to double up on possession, so I do need to rearrange it so I can replace it. We'll just go there for now. I don't know which one I'm gonna end up replacing, but you know, which one? Which one's on the chopping block? Maybe that. Maybe I'll replace all the Hans BR set because you can't even really see it. Or the Witch. You can barely see that shit. Yeah, you can't see it. Do some of the darker ones first because you can't fucking see them on camera. Anyway, thanks for indulging me. Let me drop a link in the chat where you can order this and tell them that I sent you. 404 not found. Oh no. No, we're good. We're good. I think your talents are better suited for special features work and critical analysis than pursuing being a YouTube personality and having to act according to the whims of the algorithm. So I'm glad this is happening for you. Hopefully lots more work to come your way. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just not. I mean, you're right. Like, I think there is a ceiling for my personality on this platform, you know? And I have fun doing this and I like it and I'm pretty good at it, but like, you know, yeah, published work is more like my lane, you know. That's just kind of more what I do. Although whenever I can get my shit together and get into a rhythm of putting up this level of analysis that's on discs, like on YouTube with some consistency and on like Substack with some consistency, like There's no reason why I couldn't do that as well, you know, and I think I could be more successful at that as well. Um, but yeah, if you're a fucking Blu-ray label, you produce for Blu-ray labels, you know, hit my line. I'm turning in another one tomorrow, so pretty cool. There it is. Go order it. It's a very reasonable price. All right. We're looking at fucking Vinegar Syndrome stuff with like higher price points. You know what I'm saying? And less stuff on it. And you know, support. You know what? It's Trans Day of Visibility coming up this month. Okay. So, okay, visible me. Okay, view me. Okay. support that. All right, it's important. Okay, I know that's a selfish thing for me to say, but okay, it is important. All right, to platform like trans voices, especially in spaces, which is every space really, but spaces where we're not really like represented or highlighted. You know, so I want to shout out New Wave Video, Deaf Crocodile, for changing the tides. All right, and doing that shit. It's because it's really cool and important and awesome. Though we're going to be talking about how Vinegar Syndrome is actually doing that too. Not with me specifically, but with other things that I'm pretty excited about and I think are pretty fucking cool. So, that feels like as good a transition as any, no pun intended, for us to discuss the VS stuff. Okay. Hell yeah, trans flags in the chat, bro. VS at truly outrageous prices today. I only bought Forgotten Jolly and the Fritz Lang double, but I swear the previous volume of Jolly was significantly cheaper. Let's check that real quick. I'm curious if it is. $62.99. That honestly sounds right, but let's see. Forgot 10. Volume 8. No, it was the same price. It's cheaper now because the standard edition is out and it's fully $20 cheaper. So if you really want that box, you know. But yeah, let me see. Has it gone up throughout the course of this series lifespan? It's gone up a little bit, I think. Let's see. 6.3. I'm just clicking around at this point, honestly. So volume 4 is $60. So only $2 more expensive. It's really not that bad, honestly. Yeah, okay. The price point went up from 60 to 60, what, 2, 3? That's not too bad, right? Yeah, 63, $3. All right. Reviver 2 is down to 880 copies already. Hashtag watch this space for some cool shit on that. All right. I guess I'm feeling it harder than in the past. It's fair. Everything is more expensive, and it's, you know, it's not nothing, but it also does. Well, I guess I didn't check. Did the MSRP go up? Maybe the MSRP went up, and they're just discounting it more. I don't know. But it's totally fair. Reviver went up by $10 though. That's crazy. Did it really? Let me look that up. Reviver. Reviver 1 is $40 MSRP, and Reviver 2 is $45 MSRP. So actually, it did go up quite a bit. Not $10, but quite a bit. I don't care. Those two features, they are lost mystery titles. Keep it the same price. I don't know why that is going up. I guess I will ask. I don't know. Should I just announce it? I guess real ones can know that that watch my stream and watch the replay can know that I have scheduled an interview with Oscar to discuss the Reviver line, because Oscar is a hashtag real one, is a cool guy, friend of mine, one of the coolest people in this space, for real. and we're gonna be chatting about it. So I'll ask him. But it probably is because there's two films, right? I mean, if it's is this yeah, there's two features on this one, and then well, no, there's two features on this one too. Well, actually, no, because this one, the first one was one, and then there's short films too, right? So there's one feature, and then there's three shorts, and then for this one there is two features, and that's it. Okay, I mean, honestly, I think that two shorts are kind of like on par with another feature. I don't know. I'm sure it makes sense. In any case, these exist to fundraise for the archive. So like maybe they're just seeing if they can get away with it because the whole point is for it to be a fundraiser for a specific venture, you know. 3,000 and 3,000. I'm glad that they're selling. I think it's such a great idea. I'd like to think that I have some role in it existing because I was so like enthusiastic about their Lost Film set, and I was like telling him directly like, hey man, you gotta release more Lost Films. This shit is awesome. Like we gotta find a way to do it. I don't know if they're gonna do a Lost Picture Show Volume 2 or if this is just what the replacement is. I mean, there's still 1,500 copies out of 10,000. So like, I don't think it did quite as well as they were hoping, but you know. Fundraising is cool, but they don't have to cost as much. They paid $0 for licensing. I think it depends, actually. That might not be true because these are lost films, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're like homeless, you know? And because they're lost, they might have taken extra restoration work. Anyway, I'm not here to simp or anything, but I think I don't know. I'd have to ask him, you know. So I'll wait until I get the answer to get a solid a solid read on that. But I'm just speculating at this point. But it's going to sell out soon. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. And there's going to be standards of it. There's going to be standards of them. So don't worry too much about that. There's another scoop for you. I'm in a good mood today, all right? Okay, let's actually go through everything now. Eventually, yeah. Yeah, I can't say for sure. I'd have to hear it from Oscar's lips, for sure. Let me make sure my screen is good. That's pretty good, I think. I think we can live with that. Yeah, there's a few things actually this month that I'm pretty excited about. So let's talk about it, yeah? All right. Here we are on the website. First we have a cocktail shaker for all you alcoholics. For all you alcohol enjoyers, okay? Oh, I was like, what is this? Oh, it's just the logo like a million times. For all you non-straight edge, non-teetotaling friends. I don't judge, you know? I don't drink, but I don't judge. Shake up something delicious to enjoy while you watch the finest and preserved and restored home media, a collaboration with Mir. This tumbler and shaker lid features double wall vacuum insulation, stainless steel, and a splash-proof and shatterproof construction designed by Stake Mountain. They love, well, I guess Justin probably is the one who loves Stake Mountain. I'm 5 months sober, otherwise I would have bought this. You know what? Hit up a mocktail in here. I like mocktails. Mocktails are cool, right? Like that's a cool thing, right? Here's a rant, real quick. Okay, here's a rant, real quick. Maybe not a rant. Something I like mocktails. I think they're fun. They're way overpriced, but they're fun. You know. I had one recently. My let's call them a special friend took me out to dinner. Hey Steven. And we got a mocktail there, and it had mushroom, like, what is it? It's not psilocybin, but it's like, this is like a health boost, whatever the fuck. I don't know. It was like a mushroom something in it. And the glass was shaped like a mushroom. It was so cute. And it tasted really good, actually. You know, it was probably not exactly priced accordingly, but whatever. Fuck it. It's like there's artistry to it, right? To get your mocktails. Here's my thought that I've been having lately. Okay. I think culturally we have a bad relationship with alcohol, right? But I think part of that is because people don't want to say that they're doing drugs. And doing drugs is awesome, and I support it, and I think it's great, and that's a thing that I like to do, you know? But like when people drink, they're just like, "Oh, I'm just drinking." You know, we have like a different word for it, you know? Different category for it. We've supplanted the concept of drinking. Like I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking my fucking water with the goddamn water flavor in it, right? That's drinking, right? But like um people, nobody's gonna say like, "Hey, I'm gonna go on out to dinner and we're gonna do drugs," right? But like, that's what you're doing. That's functionally the same thing. I think maybe society would have a healthier relationship with alcohol if that's how it was framed, right? If like, I'm repeating myself, but do you understand the point I'm trying to make? Like, I had a moment when I was at this restaurant where I was like, "Wait, can I just order psilocybin off the fucking menu? That's awesome." Because like, if you're an alcohol enjoyer, you just get to do drugs in public and at the fucking restaurant and at the movie theater all the time whenever you want. But if you're into the cooler drugs that are like plant derived or whatever, right? Like, not that that means anything necessarily, but like it is kind of funny. Um, you know, you get to like go to jail instead. It's like, what the hell, you know? Like, everybody should get to do drugs at the restaurant and in public and whatever else, you know? But because alcohol is so normalized and is like considered to just be part of dinner as opposed to a drug, you know? Nicotine and caffeine too. Although I think people at least understand that nicotine is a drug and that you're like doing drugs when you smoke. Caffeine, maybe I'm guilty of this. I mean, I understand that I'm doing a drug, but it is also kind of like just kind of priced in to like existing. I don't know, you know. Um this is like divine speech at the end of Pink Flamingos. You know, I've seen that movie like 3 times. I can't remember what the speech is at the end of Pink Flamingos that has to do with alcohol and or drugs. Let me look it up. Pink Flamingos and speech. The part where she eats shit? um I don't know, help me out. I love that movie a lot, by the way. Okay, anyway. Go, you know, enjoy your alcohol, but every time you drink, think to yourself, "I'm about to do drugs," and see if that helps reframe more responsibly, you know? 'Cause I feel like, I mean, some people do this, but at least me, I'm not out here like ripping, ripping like bongs and shit and then driving or whatever. It's like, even if it's just like a little bit, like I take it very seriously. Like I'm doing drugs, so I'm not driving. I'm not doing anything crazy for like a few hours, right? Anyway, anyway, that's the teetotaler's perspective, I suppose. Now they do, but cigarettes were just an assumed casual behavior for decades. Caffeine needs a similar reappraisal, but that's a tangent. You're probably right. And I'm probably part of the problem because you know, that's like part of my, like, that's like a locked in part of my day is I'm having coffee in the morning, you know? Not to be like an annoying person about it, but like, yeah, I kind of do like need it. And I am like I'm like dependent on it, but like I'm comfortable with that, you know? Like I'm like, yeah, I'm dependent on it, like I'm dependent on my antidepressant, or like I'm dependent on my car, or like I'm dependent on, I don't know, oat milk or something. Like, yeah, I'm dependent on it, but like I don't feel that it hurts me and it's widely accessible and it, you know, helps or whatever. So, but you're probably right. We should take it more seriously and we should maybe not be like giving it to children. I don't know. I've been drinking coffee literally every single morning of my entire life since I was 8 years old. So I don't really know. I literally don't have a point of comparison for like what it would be like to not be like that. And at this point, like coffee is like like it's not just something I have to do. It's like something that I look forward to. Like it's a very soothing and like calming ritual for me to have that in the morning, and like it's like one of the highlights of the day, to be honest. Like it's something that I can reliably look forward to at the beginning of every day, which when you're a person with, you know, a baker's dozen mental conditions is, you gotta take the ones where you can get them, right? Anyway, this is a different rant, but I'm wearing my like vintage Motionless in White shirt. It's the London in Terror shirt. This is a shirt that they dropped like in the Creatures era when they were at their best, and they were one of my favorite bands. And now, not to be that guy, but they're not that good anymore. And like but I still like to rep the old school shirt because that is one of my favorite albums of all time. Anyway, but you're right that cigarettes definitely were like alcohol, and we've kind of culturally reappraised them. I guess that's all I'm saying, is that we should do the same thing with alcohol. You know, it should be like, hey, this is like a thing that's straightforwardly bad for you, that like, I get it if you like it, but like it's because you're doing drugs, right? And like, you know, that's morally neutral, but that's what it is. And I think you're probably right. The caffeine needs a similar appraisal. I quit drinking a bit over a year ago, and mocktails have been great. Plus, there was a breakthrough in non-alcoholic beer industry. Now there's some great beers there. The idea of a non-alcoholic beer is so like anathema to me, because I think beer is among the grossest possible things you could consume on purpose. But I'm stoked for the people who like it, and good for you for quitting drinking. Presumably, if you did that, you did it for a reason. So I'm proud of you, and keep on keeping on with that shit, you know? Which drugs are good and bad are decided by corporations purely. They're actually decided by me, okay? No, you're right. That's all it is. Um, they're decided by capitalism and white supremacy. That's the answer. Like, straightforwardly, that's the answer. In fact, it might more so be white supremacy, because, like, the whole reason that weed is, like, criminalized, and psilocybin and ayahuasca and peyote and all the whole reason is because non-white people like those things, and like could profit off of those things, and could like, and like find spiritual and like communal like meaning in those things, right? I'm not even like, this isn't even conjecture, like they just said it like straightforwardly. This was in like government policy, and like in closed door meetings and stuff that was later like leaked. Like that's literally true, you know? But you know, alcohol, it's like a thing that everybody can fuck with, right? It's not like a gross black people thing or whatever. I actually don't know why specifically. Is it because like, not to be like racist against like certain types of white people, but like, what is the origin of like alcohol as like a thing culturally that like is fine, you know? I assume it came more from like white cultures, and that's why it's like fine. But I actually don't know the answer to that question now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I know why certain drugs are demonized. I don't know why certain ones aren't, you know? One of the greatest decisions I've ever made was to stop drinking. I mean, I believe it. Like, that's kind of why I never started, as I've not heard good things, and I just know how it affects me, and how I see how it affects other people, and I just don't want to fuck with it. And it's also really expensive, and it's also really unhealthy. So like, it's not for me. But I used to be way more judgmental about it, and now I'm just like, fuck it, man. Like, we're all surviving. Do what you gotta do. As long as you do it responsibly and you think about it correctly, like, go hard, have fun. Alcohol, a spiritually diminishing depressant, is good for business because you continually need it and to buy it. Psychedelics, spiritually expanding, aren't like that. You're right about that. You're right about that. It is addictive, and that's a good point. The ones that I can think of that are like normalized are all addictive. Capitalism, it's awesome for all of us, right? Jesus, this has been a tangent. We're an hour in, and have barely gotten started, but I don't know. I like it when there's a lot of people here and we're just chatting and having fun, you know? And I like my live streams to be an avenue for me to talk about things that are on my mind that aren't just movies, because I am a well-rounded, multi-dimensional person. Okay? All right. We got merch. We got hella merch. Like way hella merch. I think I opened that twice. Degosser shirt, natural color, and it's white. I don't know, y'all. Questionable. Just call it cream colored or white. Like, it's fine. Warning, this video cassette skull coater eats tapes. Natural pink and yellow. I'm just saying. I am just saying. I think it's a cool design, actually, and I think the logo is hard. It's shocking to me that they didn't do this in black, because this is like a metal shirt, but whatever. I like the pink one. I will say I like the pink one. I think it's cute. And it would match my Melusine beanie that I bought today with my rewards points. Yeah, that's the same thing. And then, fun fact, yellow is my least favorite color. But I don't hate this. I just, wouldn't wear it. I'd wear the pink one for sure. This one's kind of hard. This is like a tabletop sort of vibe. Fantasy type shit. I'm into it. I think it's cool. Degosser merch, but no title, no iconoscope, pink line or Degosser. Yeah, no pink line is a bummer, but they got they got enough on the fucking website. All right, that is true. The Vinegar Overlord is not the sort of overlord you want to see angry. It's probably best to just bow down and let him roar and swing his flail around. And definitely watch out for that light up dagger. Light up dagger. Does it glow in the dark? That'd be cool. Flails are cool. Flails are like the coolest possible thing on Earth. I have a flail tattoo. Do you see it? Do you see it? Wait, let me go full screen. All right, let me. Yeah, look at that shit. Look at that shit. Flails are hard. All right. Look at that model moment. There's someone out there who only wears VS shirts because they bought a lot of the 1000 they've released. Yo, you could have a strictly VS wardrobe, and like I have like 100 shirts, 100 plus. I have a lot of shirts. It's like something that I collect, right? Because that's like the entirety of like what I wear. I just wear a different like band shirt like every day, or graphic tee every day. And a few years ago, I was like, I have so many shirts and I wear a lot of the same ones a lot of the time. So now I have like a system where like I have like a separation, right? Where like when I wear a shirt, I don't wear it again until I've worn all my shirts. So like I have a new shirt every day for like literally almost half the year. And I feel like you could do that with just Vinegar Syndrome shirts. Like straight up. I'm not like, super autistic about that rule or whatever. Like on a special occasion, I'll bust out a real banger. But like, generally speaking, if I'm picking a shirt, that's how I do it. Cool shirt. This one, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be rude. Cinematograph movies are magic. It's fine. It's kind of corny, but get your crew neck. Gummy Riot, sure. Throwing it back to the neon lit movie theater signs of the 1980s with his crew neck. Sweatshirt, comfort colors. 100,000 cinematograph shirts, but not even one Mondo Macabro. They should put out a shirt. I'd buy it, or I'd at least wear it. Yo, I got a fucking STI screening recently, and so they drew my blood. They fucked my shit up. I'm like bruised, and there's like this big track mark. It looks like a fucking heroin. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, Mondo Macabro is dope. There's not enough time in the day, space in my house, and money in my bank account to do all of it, They're already sold out of these? Who is like I really don't mean to be rude, but like, who is buying them? They're almost sold out of the entirety of this stock, and I kind of thought it was the worst shirt, and they're like moving units of this shit. All right, well, you know what? Who am I to say? Who am I to say? Can we talk about how the Media Club exclusive products through Melusine are super weak? They barely ever add anything. I mean, I forget to check that in general often, to be honest with you. And they do have some cool exclusive stuff. But yeah, they definitely don't update it that much. What am I gonna say? I would be shocked if they carry more than 20 at each size. Yeah, that's probably not a ton, but still, I mean, that's a decent amount of shirts, like every single month, you know? I don't know about money laundering, but I see what you're saying. So, what I was gonna say actually is that I feel like Cinematograph is almost more of an excuse for Justin to pump out like a bunch of merch designs, like all the merch designs that he has, as opposed to just all the movies that he wants to release. Like I wonder which of those things is the driving force. They print them all in house, so they can decide the stock count for scarcity, and they can just add more. Um, I mean, it's a pretty good setup, yeah. One more. Well, a few more actually. Yeah, that screen print is hard. Okay, hold on. The beanie is whatever. They made a bunch of them. It's not my style, but, you know, it's nice. Stay warm in between rep screenings or that theater that is just a bit too cold. Okay. Designed by Steak Mountain. Kind of an easy job, huh? Manufactured by 3 Potato 4. Steak Mountain is like straight up like paying his bills. Doing little odd jobs for VS and Melusine. I've officially run out of room for more movies this year. Many bookcases, and I've hit the end. Now I cannot really get more without dumping old ones to savers or something. No. Listen up. All right? You gotta stop being precious about this. All right? You just gotta do it. I'm gonna show you this right now. Okay? Because I guarantee you, unless you're already doing this, in which case I'm sorry, I can't help you, but I guarantee you a solid 50% of your collection can be consolidated. All right? All right? Back here. See this? That's a sleeve, bitch. Like, look how fucking thin that is. That's nothing. All right? I don't know what this is. I got this in like a fucking bargain bin Goodwill something or other, right? I'll watch it one day. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. Who fucking cares? It takes up no space in my house. All right? There's like, I don't even know how many, probably 500 movies, like right there, just in 4 of these little bins. Pretty good. And at this point, I'm just like I'm pretty picky about slipcovers now because I'm like, well, I could sleeve that, you know? It's got to justify. And especially these, I happen to have them on me right now because I just recorded, but these slip boxes, brother, these are brutal. Like, this could be, it's one disc and like, you know, a booklet's worth of writing. Like the perfectly bound book, which has become the bane of my existence, does not need to be as big as it is. It's excessive, right? Doesn't have to be that way. Anyway, it is a good idea. You should do that. Shout out Serial at Midnight for the idea and the coupon code for the sleeves and the tutorial and everything. It was a good idea. And yeah, it saved my collection pretty much. So where do we buy the plastic sleeves for that? I have like 2,000 thrifted DVDs. You definitely should. And it is let me find it. Yes. Nailed it. You can buy these on Amazon, but I recommend doing it on the shop themselves because I think they're cheaper. And also, Serial at Midnight does have a coupon code. Go to his, or maybe, is it in this tab right here? No offers. Okay. He has a 15% off coupon. I don't know if it still works, but it worked for a while. But there you go. Get those. They're pretty sick. They have stuff for DVDs, CDs, and Blu-rays, and I've gotten pretty ruthless with my collection. Like, if there's not a slipcover on it, I haven't quite gotten to all the like VS stuff without slipcovers, but that's next on the chopping block when I run out of room because I just cannot be bothered to care about a plastic case anymore. And then I'll have all the room in the world for the stupid slip cases, you know. Anyway, beanies. Also, it's real fuck Amazon hours always, for sure. If you can afford to not shop on Amazon, don't shop on Amazon. But yeah, buy from their shop. They're cool. They're cool people. Good customer service. Good products. Good prices. I recommend them. Anyway, it's a handsome beanie, right? I think we could say that. I don't know. That'd probably look good on me. It's not really my. You know what? It is autumnal. I'm the more the more it is on my screen, the more I'm like, I sure would love to go to a pumpkin patch and rep the drip, you know? Anyway. You have another zine. There's an interview with Charles Burnett in here. My goat, Charles Burnett? Shit. That's cool. Can they hire me to write for this? That'd be cool. Or any of these zines? That'd be cool. Do you use the binder or just get sleeves and put them in a box? I don't use the binder. The binder is overpriced and it doesn't fit that much. What I do... And I'm gonna make a video about this at some point, whenever I can get my fucking life together and make videos again. But this right here, this is a photo box from Amazon. I mean, get them wherever you want, but like this is a $10 photo box, and look how many fucking. And then I can just flip through them like records, you know, because like the problem with it is that you can't see shit on the side, right? But if you're like a record person, you know, you're used to like crate digging, and the angle's not good for you to see it, but like I can just, you know, I have these in alphabetical order and I can just flip through, find what I'm looking for. Like flipping through 45s, exactly. Anyway, let me tell you, I have moved before I did this, and I've moved after I did this. One moving box for all of these, okay? It was like, man, I'm glad I did it. It's time consuming, but Jesus, it's worth it. If you're like into this shit, which you probably are, if you have run out of space in your house, you're welcome. I'm glad that, you know, it helps you and you're open to it. A lot of people are like really precious about it, and they're like, it doesn't count if it's not in a plastic case. Like, I don't sleeve my discs, or like I just can't do it. And it's like, get over it, just do it. I mean, whatever, live your life. But like, if it's stressing you out, if you don't have any room in your house, if it's overtaking your life, you'll feel so much better. Just trust me on this. The biggest cost is how time consuming it is to sleeve everything. But you know, throw on a podcast, throw on an audiobook, and have at it, you know? In fact, I have quite the stack of stuff that I need to sleeve, and that's probably going to be a body double stream in the future, is me doing that. But now this is hard. Let me look at this. I have to record a professional essay after this, so like I need to preserve my voice, but I'm just yapping. Some people want a wall of stuff. Some people want to own the items. Each collectors have their flavor. Well, like if you have enough stuff, I have the wall of stuff and this, you know? This is just too much. This is too much. I'm gonna do it. I have all the DVDs I've watched in bins, and they are stacked all over. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Like, especially old DVDs. Like, who gives a shit? Like, just leave that, you know? It'll be fine. Anyway. This poster's hard. It looks like the Ascended Dead album cover. Who did this? Are you for real? Oh, okay. Arcane Throne. Nice. 50 of them. Pretty cool. They haven't moved a ton of units on it, but it looks pretty nice. I don't have any wall space, but I do have wall space. Don't come at me. I haven't decorated them yet. Like, I have a lot of stuff that can go on walls. 5 walls of stuff. Too many walls. Not been a problem for me historically. You know what I'm saying? Got them. Sublabels. I'm actually pretty fucking stoked about this, and if I had the money, I would buy it. And I love this artwork. I think it looks really cool. My friend is calling me. Let me make sure it's not an emergency. Let me, hold on. Okay, I think they're okay. Texted them to make sure, but should be good. So anyway, I watched Love Zero Infinity lately. I just talked about that like not even an hour ago. What'd you think? Because it's pretty opaque. Anyway, here's this. I love this artwork. And the movie looks really good. Okay. Suspiria Vilches. I need to look that person up real quick because I need to follow them. I also don't know their gender, so I want to like be gendering them correctly. Here's their Instagram. They appear to be a lady. So we'll go with that. I can't believe I'm not following them already. That's crazy. But hell yeah. Right on. Oh yeah, they did the Inside Jennifer Wells poster. Hell yeah. Sick. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, y'all. I got a little bit off the, what am I trying to say? I lost my rhythm a little bit. Let's get back into it. Professor Kansas Bowling. I cannot believe that's this person's name. That's crazy. That's like, you're not gonna, like, oh, that's my friend Kansas Bowling. Like, you're not gonna forget that, you know? Invites you to come with her and explore all of the serious everyday problems facing teenage girls. That is, Jesus, abuse, rape, molestation, and murder. Leaving no stone unturned, she introduces a series of interwoven case studies illustrating how otherwise innocent young ladies are corrupted and led astray into the treacherous and violent world of lecherous older men, crazed teenage psychopaths, deviants, perverts, and maybe one or two seemingly nice guys. Or are they? Is any teenage girl safe from such diabolical temptation? A grimy modern twist on Schoolgirl Report films by way of Faces of Death. Cuddly Toys was a years in the making passion project for Underground Auteur to Kansas Bowling, which features an electrifying soundtrack including hits by the Monkees and Scott Walker, photographed entirely on Super 16 and featuring a cast of nearly 100 deranged, damaged, and distraught young women, along with the demented men who prey on them. VSP proudly presents the Blu-ray debut that's highly controversial and truly unsettling soon-to-be cult film sensation, which harkens back to the weirdest and most unpredictable exploitation efforts of decades past, and featuring an abundance of extras, including a revealing director's commentary. They switch this over. Kind of want the VSP, but new movies like this and me usually don't jive. I don't know. This looks pretty awesome. There's a bunch of music videos. I wish they would say who the artists were for the music videos. Commentary track, behind the scenes. It looks pretty tight. I gotta be real with you. Sorry, I've been quiet today. We gotta bounce since we are getting up at 2:30. Jesus. Yeah, go sleep. You're good. I'll catch you next time. Now I feel less bad about not seeing Hot Frosty, because I wouldn't have got to it in time anyway. Anyway, if anybody's seen this, let me know. Or any of this person's other films. Look, this sounds interesting and all, but it should have been a partner title, not a slipbox. VSP, and the first one since early last year. Well, this one's actually only a slipcover, which I really appreciate. Like, the slip boxes are excessive. And I think it's a VSP as opposed to a partner because Vinegar Syndrome probably produced it in some capacity. Like, that's kind of what the line is, right? I think. Anyway. Reviver 2. We kind of already talked about this. I don't love this artwork, to be honest, but, you know, it's loud. Makes me want a Sunny D, you know? Films wind up missing from every corner of the globe following Reviver's premiere release of US Our greatest lost film discovery from the continent of, I mean, that's got to be Asia, right? Is there another continent with 4 letters? That's got to be Asia, right? Both shot in... Okay, so this is the country. So get the detectives on it. I really wanted Sato 4. That's fair. I still need to see Sato 3. During the country's last year of independence prior to a dictatorship that would forever reshape it. Well, that's interesting. Da 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 da. Showcase skill lens of unsung genre auteur. It's got to be Asia, right? So then, what country is this that was under a dictatorship? I don't know. My geopolitics knowledge is slipping right now. And lead roles from both the something and something film industries. What's a three-letter country like descriptor? Not U.S. I don't know. Subversive, character-driven narratives. I feel like I'm playing the like New York Times word games right now, trying to figure this shit out. Doing like a crossword or something, you know? Sato 3 is straight fire. That's what I've heard. Sato 2 is kind of a miss for me, but like Sato 3 sounds like it's gonna be pretty fire. So are these Filipino? Maybe. Maybe. Could be. From both the this is bothering me. What is gonna be three letters? Oh my god, yeah, maybe you can That's true. It is kind of an Epstein Files formatted copy here. And maybe, yeah, you can unredact it. You can just copy paste and see it underneath. Maybe. From both the it's not UK, it's not US, it's not GDR? Germany. Okay. Maybe. From both the and it's not USSR. Oscar was in the Reviver files. Shit. I'm gonna have to ask him about it. Hey man, I've been hearing some things. This is a how do I even say this without it sounding insane? One of my Facebook friends was in the Epstein files, and not in a bad way. His name is Michael Marshall. He is the runner of the Skeptic magazine over in the UK and the host of many great skeptical podcasts. I don't know him personally, but I'm like friends with him on Facebook because I listened to his podcast and I guess he accepted my request. But fucking Lawrence Krauss, the like fucking sex pest, fucking piece of shit physicist who's like homeboys with Jeffrey Epstein, name dropped him in the emails because he was like, this guy's being mean to me. How do I get out of these sexual assault allegations? Jeffrey Epstein. So I am 3 degrees of separation away from Jeffrey Epstein. That's fucking crazy. I just like realized that. That's wild. Yeah, because 1 and then 2 and then yeah. And 3 degrees. Crazy. Anyway. Filipino matches the second film industry. Filipino film industries. Okay. This is so bothering me still though, because this is not like Thai, it's not Chinese, it's not Japanese, it's not I don't know, man. I'm gonna have a hard time moving past it. High production value and breathtaking 35 black and white cinematography. These two terrifying features never saw the light of day and were long believed to be unfinished, destroyed, lost, or simply never having existed. That's pretty hard. Profits from each Reviver release go directly to fund the operations and upkeep of the Vinegar Syndrome file archive. That means by purchasing this Blu-ray, you are directly helping us pay for archival film cans, colder and drier read safer film storage, and expanding our archive's ability to continue the hunt for lost films. Region for Blu-ray, this and this, 4K, 35 OCNs. That's pretty cool that they found those. An interview with film historian Christopher Koenig, cinematic tour of film collector Marco Joaquim, presumably the person who had them, winding through these. Pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I'm on the review copies list for these, so I'll be getting it in and reviewing it at some point. All right. Shockingly, no comments about my Epstein files. But there you go. Okay. I don't love this artwork. Who did the artwork here? Tom Ralston? I mean, you know, Indonesian? Okay. But how did you get that from 3 letters, you know? Literally, the only one I can think of is like DRK. No, that's not it either, because that's the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is what I'm thinking of. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Meant more the history. Yeah. R.I.P. Robert Duvall for sure. Okay, that's the other thing I want to say. This is not the first time that they've dropped a title right after the main star dies. Is that a coincidence entirely? I mean, presumably, of course, they weren't able to license, restore and release a film with that kind of turnaround. But like, did they have this on the schedule and they bumped it up? Is that a little bit craven? I don't know. Whatever. Get your bag, I guess. Like Robert Duvall's not gonna care. You know what I mean? I don't know that I love this artwork. If I'm keeping it a buck, Anyway. Following the death of his partner, brash NYPD cop Eddie Ryan swears vengeance, going on a violent quest through the streets of 1970s New York City to find his assailants. His methods prove so hostile and racist that he is forced to resign from the police, rendering a vigilante hell-bent on justice. Brother. Shelley Duvall. That was the other person that I can remember. And actually, I think it happened 3 times. I think it happened with, oh fuck, what is his name? What is his name? Come on, brain. Work. The guy from Goodfellas. He was in Wild Hogs. What the fuck is his name? Gene Hackman? So it happened 4 times? Ray Liotta, that was the one. Thank you. I'm pretty sure it happened with him too. Or was that a different label? There was some Blu-ray label that had an announcement literally the day Homeboy died. Or the day after. Yeah, Ray Liotta, thank you. Hey Matt, thanks. I'm having fun. Stick around. Hang out. So it's happened at least 3 times. It's like, that can't be entirely coincidental, right? Gotta say that so far, Tank Girl is the best VS release this year. Phenomenal special features and essay plus a fun movie. That's awesome. Let's check it out at some point. Hold on, my friend's having a hard time. Okay, let's see. Cool, type. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll have to check out Tank Girl at some point. Yeah, I swear it happened. What, 3 times now? Anyway, I didn't used to be a big Trauma fan, but I think these new 4Ks look great, and I guess I appreciate Trauma's Anarchy more now. Nice. I like some of their stuff too. Do you know how fucking hostile and racist you have to be kicked out of the fucking NYPD, dude? Holy shit. That can't be a fun watch. The stuff that they like get promoted for is already too heinous to watch. Like, Jesus. Pursuit of Take No Prisoner's Fury puts him in the crosshairs of drug kingpins and revolutionaries, not to mention the very department that he was once a part of. Inspired by real-life NYPD detective Eddie Egan, who was also the inspiration for The French Connection. Okay. Because the French, yeah, dude in the fucking French Connection is rough. And its nonfiction source, Badge 373, is a much more raw portrayal of inner-city violence in New York at a point of transition going into the mid-1970s, long living in the shadow of Friedkin's film, as well as other more popular New York City set cop films of the era. This vital time capsule of old New York, anchored by a fiery performance from Robert Duvall and energetic direction from noted New Hollywood producer Howard W. Koch. Proud to present this long underseen entry in 70s crime cinema and a brand new 4K restoration from its OCN. Pretty cool. Steve Mitchell commentary, new video interviewed with Oh man. Retired NYPD detective Randy Jurgensen, friend of Eddie Egan and technical advisor on the film. I guess I can't make a comment about that without seeing it or knowing more about that person, but that could be questionable. New video conversation between Jason Bailey and Justin Liberty. New video essay from Daniel Kramer. New essays from a bunch of people. If I may ask, what kind of TV do you have? I don't have a TV. I have a projector, and it is a Optima UHD 35 on a 100-inch screen. No TVs here. Which has its pros and cons, you know? That's not what I wanted. What is that? Copy paste that. Yeah, I got a deal on it back when I had a job that actually paid me. The essays make them a lot more interesting. I'm sure they do. Good essay is good stuff. Not the best ratings on this, but I do want to see it. I am intrigued. Is he in it? Yo, what the hell? Well, hang on a minute. This guy was fired for being so racist that he had to leave the fucking NYPD, and then he was like, he got to be a movie star? That's fucked up. Hold on. Let me look him up. What are the cons? HDR on a projector is not that good. That's the main thing. Like the brightness, whatever. I'm not a big technical wizard with this sort of stuff, but you can't have Dolby Vision on a projector, at least not at an affordable price. I think there's one projector in existence that can even do it. And two, the HDR is like a pretty small percentage of the color gamut and brightness that you're gonna get on a TV. But so that's the main thing. But and so a lot of 4Ks are gonna look a little bit different, or maybe not as good to you as they would to other people who are watching them on OLEDs. But you know, you get a 100-inch screen, and to me, I'm kind of always of the philosophy that movies were meant to be watched projected and not displayed. And it's much easier on your eyes, or at least on my eyes, to look at a projected image rather than to look directly at a light source. So I'm trying to think, maybe there's another con. I mean, you know, there's the price, I guess, but I got mine cheaper than I would have gotten a TV for at a smaller size, right? Um, I'm a big projector person, so I mean, there's also the fact that you have to buy a good screen too, so like you're kind of, you know, there's more cost associated with that as well. But Eddie Egan, I'm looking this person up to see how big of a piece of shit he is and how not okay it is that he's like on these movies. Well, he died a long time ago, so it's all good. He got canceled enough, you know? Okay. Okay. I didn't realize he was in the French Connection. That's fucked up. It doesn't say anything about him being like a huge, I mean, other than being a cop, which is, you know, this is kind of priced in, but it doesn't say anything about him being a particularly egregious piece of shit on his Wikipedia. I'll have to look into it. Anyway, the cop getting work in movies after being fired kind of reminds me of that lady who got fired for calling a guy the N-word and making a bunch of money from online charity. That is kind of what it's like. It's just less straightforward. You know, now you can just like, you don't need you don't need the film producer to like rehabilitate your image. You can just ask fucking the internet to do it for you, right? Anyway. Okay. I guess let's do this one first. Yes, I can show that. That's fine. Okay. Massacre. VS Mainline is what we're getting into now. Lucio Fulci presents. All right. 5,000 units. That's the American way. Look at Kyle Rittenhouse. Dude, don't even get me started on that fucking piece of shit. And the fucking fact. Look, all right. I need you all to understand something. Okay? Right-wingers don't believe in anything. Okay? The modern right, the reactionary right, the Trump right, MAGA, they don't believe in anything. They have no principles. Okay? They just get their marching orders from whatever the talking point du jour, of the day or whatever is, and that's what they believe. It doesn't matter how contradictory it is. And in fact, the fact that it's contradictory is part of the appeal because it makes rational, compassionate people angry. And it makes us have to do the work of pointing out that contradiction. They don't give a shit. That's the whole point. These people don't have principles. They don't have beliefs. They're fucking they're like philosophical zombies. They're like fucking like complete garbage people. Like anything about them that would anything about a human being that makes them a human being, they lack, right? The fact that you could look at Alex Preddy and be like, well, he had a gun. What was he doing there? Probably deserved to get shot and fucking killed for protecting, a woman from getting the shit beat out of her by a fucking fascist thug. From the same people who fucking, invited Kyle Rittenhouse to the fucking RNC with fireworks and shit. And the same people who say that trans women can't be around quote unquote real women because they're going to hurt women. Think about that. They know that doesn't make sense. They don't give a shit. They're stupid or evil or both. Those are the options. Anyway. And I believe Fulci is just a producer on this. This is not the director. Anyway. Concerned that their latest production isn't scary enough for modern audiences, the makers of a trashy horror movie titled Dirty Blood, not the best, call in a spirit medium to host a seance for the cast and crew, hoping this will add a little authenticity to the proceedings. However, the producers get a little more than they bargained for, and the medium inadvertently summons the spirit of the notorious Victorian-era serial killer Jack the Ripper. Hate it when that happens. If I had a nickel, you know what I'm saying? As filming presses on, the real horror commences when various members of the production start winding up brutally murdered. Could this be the ongoing work of a sadistic maniac who's been preying on prostitutes in the area, or could something much more terrifying and supernatural be afoot? One in a series of films made under the Lucio Fulci Presents banner, which sought to capitalize on the name of Italy's Godfather Gore. Massacre is one of the standout entries in the cycle, and a pleasingly lurid slasher helmed by the Burial Ground director Andrea Bianchi. Far sleazier than many of its late 80s horror competitors and packed full of bearskin. Lesbian intrigue. Well, you can call this lesbian intrigued. And hack and slash action. Unfurl Massacre in his UHD premiere. 16 OCN. New special features. Eugenio Ercolani and Troy Howarth. Interview with an actor, composer, sound man, assistant director, and film historian Eugenio Ercolani. Right on. Social media has truly destroyed society. I don't even know if we can blame social media, to be honest. I don't know what to blame this on, So it sounds good. Burial Ground is crazy. It sounds fairly generic, to be honest with you, but it also sounds fun, This sounds, like pretty much VS bread and butter type shit. Like people should be pretty happy with this, right? Oh, this is pretty obscure. I didn't realize that. Oh, it's apparently not good. Eesh. Not even Exploitation's strongest soldiers here in my friends list seem to like this very much. Like, these are people who fucking ride or die for this shit, and they're like, yeah, it's not that good. What else did he direct? Oh, Burial Ground, Strip Nude for Your Killer, Malabimba. I love Malabimba, so that's good. I need to see Burial Ground for sure. Okay, and then we have an alternate slipcover, and I think this slipcover is better. Like, it's fucking crazy looking. Like, it's almost kind of terrible and trashy, and I kind of love it. This is really cool, because when I saw that they were doing 2 slipcovers for it, I was like, I don't know about all this. You know, like, this just feels kind of gimmicky. This feels like the fucking OCD fucking slip perverts in your audience you're taking advantage of them, but they included it with the subscription package. That's really cool. Good on them. Since you will automatically be receiving Massacre plus both slipcover variants, this full product listing will not be eligible for your pricing. That makes sense. Is limited to 3,333 units. I don't know where they got that number from. Maybe it is a reference to the film, but in any case, shout out Blady. 333 is the Blady number, so shout out. 2,000 of which will be reserved for 2026 subscribers, with the remainder being distributed across our retail channels, including VS website, OCN, and our retail stores, conventions. It is only available on website and select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. Speaking of which, where is the... I guess it's not on the website, and that's the whole point. I was thinking about the Vinegar Syndrome retail line with the keep and all that stuff. Malabimba Rules Burial Ground is pretty fun. Nice. And I already read it. Cool. Forgotten Jolly Volume 9. Certainly looks like a Forgotten Jolly set. Same artist, I think. Are there any more VSR releases? That's what I was just wondering. I don't actually know. Someone let me know if there's one other than the keep. I'm a sub and getting both slips. I couldn't give less of a shit. Well, you could probably sell it. I'm sure there's some people who will be looking for it at some point. That does kind of feel a little bit like the Fatal Game situation where I'm like stuck with another slipcover that nobody wants. But, you know, madness. Giovanna is a successful comic artist, and her brutal Dr. Dark comic has made her rich and somewhat notorious. When she and the comic are both under fire for possibly inciting readers to violence, a real-life murderer suddenly begins carving out the eyes of their victims only to deliver them to Giovanna. Okay, so Tenebrae. Tenebrae is what is happening there, right? Fuck, I didn't mean to... No, that's not what I meant to do either. God damn it. Hold on. Hold on. Switch my tabs here. I don't know why I still have that open. I guess I'll just look up Madness. How many movies are there called Madness? Guess not that many. Wait, which one is it? Bruno Mattei. Okay. Can I play with madness? I did not attempt to sing that in the proper register, but I can. I need you to know that I can. I just didn't want to do it off the fucking hip and, you know, without whatever, you get it. Through the eyes of madness. Commentary track with the hysteria continues. I will keep my thoughts on that to myself. Bougie Rosse? Television journalist Marco knows the importance of a good story, a terrific scoop, and he's willing to do the deep research to secure his reputation. When investigating murders in the city's gay underground, he doggedly sticks to posing as a man lurking in the park for nighttime tricks who may give him a lead, in spite of his own marked aversion to same-sex contact. All right, well, you gotta admire the commitment. All right, homeboy's doing the shit, right? This is just cruising, though, right? Like, is the theme here that these are like ripoffs? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just like, is that what's happening? Although he gets arrested after each murder, and even if he's increasingly suspicious to the police, Margo stays on the story. He's just come across an attractive male hustler who may provide him with the clues he needs. Okay. The Giallo loyalist Pier Francesco Campanella. Jesus. Be less Italian, dude. Who are these hysteria continues people and why do they get an infinite amount of work? Look, look. I'm not gonna disparage a peer, okay? But I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. They have a podcast, I guess, and they're, friends with somebody. I'm staunchly opposed to same-sex contact. Now, where are those naked men so I can lurk on them in the park? I mean, we may be arriving at a theme that may be present here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. The director pizza spaghetti, for sure. For real. All right, let me look up Bougie Rose. I would like to see this, actually. I would like to watch Italian cruising. Oh man, we're really getting into the deep cuts here. Shit. Yo, Homeboy has seen everything. I swear to God. That's crazy. Yeah, I want to see that. All right. Pretty obscure stuff here. And now, how many people? 6,000 people will have this man's films in their home. Absolutely love cruising, so I'm down for a ripoff. Me too. Like, how many fucking Exorcist ripoffs are there? And how many of them are good? Like, a few of them, right? So, like, I'm down. Rip off all my favorite movies. It's chill. This kind of reminds me of, fuck, what was it called? I reviewed it recently. Contemporary film. Plainclothes. Similar premise. Really great movie. So I'm down with it. Interview with the director. I'm sure he was stoked when they like called him up and was like, "Hey, can we print 9,000 copies of your movie and then also interview you?" Like, fuck yeah, dude. No one's seen it. And mostly interviews. Could have had me do a visual essay, is all I'm saying. If you wanted some queer voices on your queer cinema, whatever. Not a big deal. Whatever. I'm fine. Murder in Blue Light. Top model, starlet. And the story continues. Whatever. Works for some of the highest price ad campaigns in New York. Even if part of the job is occasionally fighting off a grabby client. Sure. But she regularly drops out of her high fashion life to secretly turn tricks as Sherry, a dominatrix and role player for men looking to play out their oddest kinks with her. She doesn't need the money, instead she's hunting for a certain man. What does that mean? Meanwhile, a rash of stabbing murders keeps occurring around her. Grizzled, sarcastic NYPD sergeant Flanagan is the only one who can keep Starlight out. I don't love this. Though she refuses to level with him and instead plays detective herself, and Flanagan keeps coming up with nothing despite constantly rousting local prostitutes. He decides to apply pressure elsewhere with creeps from both the high and low elements of New York life and a serial murder about how much longer can Starlight push her luck. I don't know about this. A film rooted in the sleazy New York trends of Italian cinema from a decade prior. Naked Girl Murdered in the Park is the name of that movie. I mean, shit. Brendan, you're saying yes, I don't have to. I appreciate you. I actually don't know anything about them. Maybe they're queer. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'm being a real piece of shit and they're like, gay as fuck. And I'm just, I'm just being stinky about it, Featuring a good deal of actual New York City streets. I really shouldn't be doing this, honestly. Like, I shouldn't be talking shit. Shout out to the Hysteria Continues. Fuck it. I know that they do work with Amanda Reyes, I think. So I trust her judgment. She must see something in them too, right? Are these all 90s? Are we mining the 90s now? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about all this. This sounds, let's say, problematic. Let me look it up. The whole thing of like, oh, this dumb hooker is trying to be a cop when we have the real cops on the job and she's making their job harder. Like, man, fuck all that shit. Like, real obscure stuff. We're really getting, dude, How the fuck have you seen all the... When did you watch this? Where did you even find this? Like, brother, how have you seen all of them already? That's crazy. Sam Panico, man. He's seen every movie, you know what I mean? Shit. I don't know, maybe these are good. These look definitely riskier, but it's cool. Eyes Without a Face. What? Can I show that? Okay, we're good. Anyway, here's one I'm excited about because I've seen it and I really like it. I watched this on the Criterion channel forever ago. Although, let me just say, $46.99. Get Hair High for $35. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Same thing, same deal, slipcase. Nicer booklet than the perfectly bound fucking bullshit that I can't stand. I'm talking a lot of shit for somebody who's trying to work with Vinegar Syndrome. I should be more nice. You should buy Office Killer too. Office Killer is awesome. I actually really, really like this movie. And I think I'm really glad that it's getting... Wait, is it on my list of, is it on my Blu-ray wish list? Because I don't think it had a Blu-ray, and I really like it. And it's really, like, underseen and underrated. You got Molly Ringwald in it, who I have normal chill feelings about. Let me look this up, see if it's, It is in my Blu-ray wish list. Okay, so it doesn't exist on Blu-ray yet, and I can take it off. Nice. Okay. Doreen, timid and put upon proofreader and tech expert long employed by a fashion magazine, is informed that due to budget cuts she'll be forced to work from home. Man, this was a crazy movie to watch during the start of the pandemic, like 2021-ish, when it was like, wow, she has to work from home. And like the whole time I'm like begging the companies that I'm working for at the time to like not send me back to the office, and they're like, you know, making out like it's like a problem or a punishment. Like, come on, bro. Unfortunately, her home life is dominated by caring for her cruel elderly mother, and it lacks the vitality of the office environment and its myriad personalities. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Get a cat, you'll be fine. The office is terrible. Don't go back to the office. But after she unintentionally electrocutes a coworker, Doreen discovers a tiny new method to fight her boredom and loneliness: murder. Secretly transporting the body of her colleague to her suburban basement, Doreen sets about looking to add new friends to this growing social group amid her company's unfortunate downsizing, pragmatically dispatching an ever-increasing number of both fellow employees and unlucky random people. Doreen maintains a convivial, that's not a word I am familiar with, life with her rapidly decomposing corpses while she's not on the clock. Of course. Of course. Time theft, am I right? Yo, she's quiet quitting before it was cool. Killing people on the clock, killing employees on the clock, you know what I'm saying? The only feature film directed by internationally acclaimed and award-winning photographer Cindy Sherman, Office Killer is a delectably bloody, tightly paced contemporary slasher that offers a grimly humorous look on the serial killer thriller and a wry look at the corporate environment in the 1990s. With its bleak lyrical photography and a score by Lounge Lizard's co-founder Evan Lurie, it features overjoyed to at last offer the 4K UHD and Blu-ray debut of this criminally underseen horror gem, newly restored in 4K from its original OCN, packed with extras including all new interviews with its cast and crew. Yeah, the movie's awesome. I'm really excited that it's getting released. I hope people buy it. Commentary track, Heidi Honeycutt, very cool. Oh, they got Molly Ringwald on this shit. Nice. New interview. Could have had a visual essay, is all I'm saying. Could have had a visual essay on here. I would have done it, you know. would have been pretty cool. Working here can be murder, truly. Wait, does this have a booklet? Perfectly bound book? Damn it. It does. I don't want the perfectly bound book. I just want the standard and the booklet inside of it. I don't want all of this shit, you know? Anyway, it's fine. Check out this movie. It's pretty good. Oh boy. Okay. I'm running out of juice here, and we're running long, and okay. Let's do it. Let's do it, team. We got this. I'm gonna have to do less reading. American Sweatshop from Brainstorm Media. And you got the steak on. Ooh, that's a cool. I like this artwork. It's a cool concept. Yeah, the slipcover is definitely better. Oh, thank God. Wait, this sounds really good. This sounds like some Red Room shit that I would be into. A content moderator is tasked with purging offensive media from the internet. When she witnesses a crime in a video, she is lured away from the safety of her keyboard as she obsessively seeks to hold someone accountable. Directed by Uta Brieswitz. Discussion with the director and the producer. Could I have a visual essay on here is all I'm saying. Could I have a visual essay? I don't mean to be bitchy, but like seriously, there's so many things that come, like, you would think that there's like not enough stuff to go around for the amount of critics like working in this space. And then you see the amount of stuff that comes out that has like no critical analysis on it. And it's like, man, I would have done it. You know? It's fairly popular and it doesn't have a good rating, but I actually think it sounds pretty fascinating and I'd like to see it. Who's this director? We got a woman director, German. Oh, she did a Black Mirror episode and other famous movies, I guess. Have I not seen this one yet? I have not seen this one yet. I'm behind on Black Mirror. What is this? Oh, this is a miniseries. Okay. So we did a miniseries, and then is this a movie? Nope. Also a miniseries. So her feature film debut. Okay. Cool. I would like to watch it. Is this what, a short film? Probably, yeah. All right. Looks cool to me, and I like that artwork. I'd like to check it out at some point. Feel free to hit up the chat, although I guess I don't need any distractions while I'm trying to blast through this. Yo. That's great artwork. I love that. Is this the guy who did Mouse? Yo, this sold out? Shit. I didn't even realize. Okay. ETR Media. My favorite. 500. Yep, it is. Okay. Insightful documentary delves into the life and worth of Art Spiegelman, the Queensrÿche artist who revolutionized comics by exploring dark, complex themes. Shaped by his Holocaust survivor parents and inspired by Mad Magazine's irreverent satire, Spiegelman's most famous work, Mouse, is a poignant Holocaust narrative that redefined the medium. I need to read that shit. Film showcases his resistance to fascism and features rich illustrations from his comics. Whoa. Whoa, holy shit. Is this the longest list of special features I've ever seen? God damn. Okay. I'm not reading all this, but and I don't even know what a lot of this means. Incredible slip. It's pretty good, yeah. Yeah. I'm noticing that most of the stuff here is 500 units at this point because there's just too much of it, you know? Art tells a story of being censored by Marvel Comics. Is that its own special feature, or are you just listing everything that happens in the movie? Okay. That's crazy, dude. Anyway. Carnival at Night. Connie, shout out Connie. Is this the move that we do when Connie's up? You know, crabs? Hell yeah. I would say that you don't need the slipcover on this if it were me. But, you know. Of 1,000 units. Over halfway done. Okay. Of a pair with his 8mm debut, Saint Terrorism. Of a pair with his 8. I don't know what that means. Help me out here. Off a pair, maybe? Off a, of a pair with his. I don't know what that means. In which wayward youths and sex workers navigate attraction and murderous intent. Da 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 da. Unfurls with a palpable sense of rage and abandon, capturing images of Shinjuku's underground and transforming its DIY scene into a purgatorial claustrophobic realm. Pretty cool language there. Purgatorial is a good word. I like that. Aspiring punk rocker and single mother Kumi drops off her child with her ex-husband, and the world is bled of color, beginning a phantasmagorical journey of self-discovery and self-destruction. Pitch black look at the margins of society, contrasted by a backhanded yet no less poignant reflection on responsibility of motherhood. From March till dawn, marked by senseless acts of violence. Anticipating the squatter's Eden depicted in Robinson's Garden, as well as the anti-capitalist global antics of What's Up Connection. Oh, this is another film by that director. Is most anarchic and transgressive. Whoever writes their copy does a good job, except for the fact that I don't understand what this means, but that's okay. Dude, a newly commissioned short film, exclusive to this release. That's pretty cool. You know what it's missing, though? Wait, there's 2 movies on this. Of Saint Terrorism. I'm a little bit confused. It looks like there's 2 movies and a short film here. Anyway, you know what would have been really cool is if there was a visual essay on here. I wonder who could have done that. I don't know if this is a good strategy right now. I'm just doing a bit on account of me showing my first visual essay at the top of the show. Sad, ugly, sex shot handheld on 6. What is happening? Am I forgetting how to read, or is like a lot of sentences I'm reading not making sense? What was the other one called? Saint Terrorism. It's a pretty crazy name. I'm into that. Saint Terrorism. Yeah. I really hope. Well, I would have to, right? I was gonna say I really hope there's subtitles. That's the nice thing about getting foreign films. They got subtitle shit. You know, they get to treat everybody like people with audio processing issues. Okay, here's the one that I'm most excited about, and I almost just straight up ordered today, but I just don't have any money. I can't do it. If someone wants to buy this for me, that would be awesome. But in any case, new partner label Muscle, Castration Movie Anthology 1, Traps. I'm so stoked about this. I have wanted to see this for a minute, and I think it's so cool. And I love the artwork, and I'm really happy that the slip sold out in under an hour. Like, I understand why they did 500. I feel like they could have done 1,000 on this, but we'll see. Muscle is a new film distribution company with a heavy repertory slant from historian, programmer, and filmmaker Elizabeth Purcell. Shout the fuck out, Elizabeth Purcell. There was supposed to be 1,000? What do you mean? What happened there? Born out of an understanding of the role that accessibility plays in shaping cultural histories, Muscle is dedicated to complicating and expanding the canon by shining a light on works that either never received their proper due or have unjustly faded into obscurity, championing new works by some of today's most exciting underground filmmakers. Muscle loves scrappy misfit films that don't fit into any particular box. I gotta fix my microphone. OCN told Louise that they thought she couldn't sell that much. That's fucked up. When they release Castration Movie 2, they can do a box set to get more into circulation. They probably will do a slipcase of some kind. But isn't there like 3 of them? Where did you read that? Because I was been reading her stories, and I just saw that she was like, I can't believe we only did 500 of these, but I didn't see that they thought that they actually said that. That's fucked up. I mean, to be fair, a lot of their shit just doesn't sell that many units. So, I get it, but you know. Why would you do this on purpose? What a great tagline. As somebody who did castrate myself, you know, people ask. Or that's like the can't send links in chats, but I'll send it to you over Instagram. Please do. You know, some people don't just say that, but they're like, did you really do that? Yeah, I did, bitch. I fucking castrated myself. I got my shit out of my fucking body, and it's awesome. It's so sick. I'm so glad I did that. Castration Movie is a labyrinthine postmodern epic about gender. Anthology 1, Traps, includes 2 chapters. In chapter 1, Incel Superman, a production assistant named Turner Stewart, sees his world spiral out of control as he uncompromisingly attempts to shape his life into one that he feels he deserves. In chapter 2, Traps Swan Princess, a trans sex worker named Michaela Traps Sinclair, finds her relationship becoming increasingly strained as she decides to pursue motherhood. Written and directed by Louise Weird. I just realized that her name is Weird. I get it. Features a cast headlined by Louise Weird, Vera Drew, Alice Mayo McKay, Cricket Arison, Avalon Fast, John Pies, Leah Rose Sebastianis, In a Violent Nature, shout out, and Nate Wilson, and an original soundtrack by Ravine, Angel, Lex, Walton, Magna Baker, and Salem Ahodonia. I should know more of those names, but I don't. Hey Jim, what's up? That's crazy funny because I never thought to ask. No, people who know, but then some people are like, what? Everything sounds good except a story about an incel. I think it sounds great. I think there's a way to tell stories about incels that is good. Commentary with filmmaker and producers, commentary with filmmaker and producers. That's a lot of commenting for a film this long. The Making of Castration Movie, Anthology 1. From what I saw in her story, this is like a full documentary. It's not just like a quick making of whatever. Froggy Worm, Live at Buddha's, Filmmakers Q&A, booklet with essays. I'm gonna send Liz Purcell an email, I think, that I would love to be on these releases, because this is a really fucking cool thing that she's doing, and I think it's awesome. And I love this artwork, and I'm gonna be picking this up at some point, for sure. But shout out to everybody who sold this shit out. That's awesome. Oh, Factory 25 got a sellout. That's cool. I mean, it's a cool slip. Citywide Fever. I'm guessing they only did 500. Yeah. I got my copy. Hell yeah. Sam, a young film student, discovers a hard drive detailing the life and wait, did y'all get a slip? Did y'all get a slip in time? Because that shit sold out fucking quick. Sam, a young film student, discovers a hard drive detailing the life and career of forgotten giallo Italian horror director Saturnino Baresi. Is that a fake person? That's got to be a fake person, right? As she begins to investigate his mysterious disappearance, Sam finds herself pulled into a violent conspiracy eerily similar to those of the films she adores. Okay. Oh, we got a booklet with writing by Guy Madden, Paul Schrader. Who does this person know? That's crazy. And director's commentary. Although I guess they didn't write much if it's 28 pages. Anyway. I got a slip, no slip. What is happening? That's crazy. Duolingo just gave me a fucking countdown before I lose my streak. That's crazy. Let me look it up. Yeah, like who is this person? How has no one seen this and he's getting A-listers to write about it? Who is this person? Hold on. Duolingo is desperate to hold on to their shrinking market share. Should I be using something else? Because I got off of it for years. And then I wanted to get back into learning Spanish, so I downloaded it again. If there's something else I should be using, though, let me know. I cannot figure out who this person is and how he has these crazy connections. I mean, he went to film school, presumably, right? But, like, still. Come on. I don't know. Anyway, I noticed there's no visual essay, so that's really, you know, that could have been something, but, you know, whatever. There's written essays on it, I guess. That's fine. Oh, shit. Is this what I think it is? It is. Yo. Okay, hold on. 8 postcards from Utopia plus the exit of the trains. That's crazy. We've got another one off of my Blu-ray wish list that I never actually thought would happen. I never thought this would get a Blu-ray. But the exit of the trains is excellent. And it's, you know, pretty fucking depressing, but it's important viewing. People have been reporting that it has gone far worse in terms of usability, pricing, customer support, etc. I think since the last time I used it, usability has gotten better, but pricing, I don't know because I don't pay for it, and they are really annoying about trying to get you to upgrade. Like, the ads are pretty obnoxious, but, you know, whatever. That's a crazy juxtaposition there. Okay. 8 postcards from Utopia is a found footage documentary assembled exclusively out of post-socialist Romanian advertisements, drawing from the debris of Romania's long transition period. The film speaks about love and death, the human body and its frailty, the natural and the supernatural, and of course socialism and capitalism, bouncing between found poetry and an outdated encyclopedia, between trash art and Summa Theology. 8 postcards sees Radu Jude teaming up with philosopher Christian Ferenc Flats to make another hilarious and unforgiving takedown in meta-capitalist mythology. That sounds fun, because the other one sure fucking isn't fun. Let's take a look. I really like the playing with form there, with, like, you know, found footage, but also just like found text, media, etc. This looks pretty cool. I would really like to see this. Yeah. And I guess you could consider this a 2025 film. Maybe even 2026, because it hasn't gotten distribution here until now, presumably. Okay, depressing shit. The Exit of the Trains is a documentary essay composed entirely of archival photographs and documents the first big massacre of the Jews in Romania. More than 10,000 Jews were killed, first by bullets and by asphyxiation in freight trains. The film is an attempt to use a montage of archive materials in order to offer a deep and special view of history. As 2 parts. The first part of the film could be entitled The Encyclopedia of the Dead. Photographs of the people who were eventually killed by the Romanian army and by civilians are accompanied by voices who recite the documents related to their fate in the massacre. Witness accounts, testimonies from the post-war trials, interviews with survivors, private diaries, etc. The second part, shorter, represents a montage of the remaining photographs of the actual massacre, taken mostly from the German soldiers who were in town. Yeah, it's really good, and it's really sad, and I did not think it would get a Blu-ray, but I'm excited that it did. Again, if I had infinite money, I would buy this, but it's really good, and I recommend it. Another sellout. Oh, well, it's got a sexy lady on it, so, you know. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool, though. The X-ray with the inverted cross. And then you got the sexy lady on it. I don't know. I'm into it. Study in horror, sex, and magic. The priest Sven and his pregnant wife Anna live in the vicarage. I don't know that word. Of a small village in northern Sweden. Anna's friend Hedvig comes to visit. But Hedvig has an evil mind and causes hauntings and mysterious deaths. The devil's voodoo priestess puts a spell on Anna and Sven and has an orgy with him. Like you do. Wish I bought this one. You can still buy it, but I get it. Interviews, video essay. There's a video essay on this one. Nice. Audio commentary. Nice. The Wickman files. Pretty cool. I gotta speed this up. Another sellout. I mean, it's Fritz Lang. So, and that's a pretty good slip too, honestly. Did they do a bunch of them? Are people gonna complain again? 1,000? Feels like he could have probably done more than that, but whatever. I mean, that's good artwork too. It's like shit. After more than 2 decades of exile in Hollywood, master filmmaker Fritz Lang triumphantly returned to his native Germany to direct this lavish 2-part adventure tale from a story he co-authored almost 40 years earlier. Jeez. Called to India, architect, falls in love, lovers are forced to flee. So this is not a film made in India. Or is it? I don't know, I guess we'll look it up. Erotic temple dance. A battle to the death with a man-eating tiger, sandstorms, a cave of lepers, and a bloody palace rebelling. That sounds crazy. Classic silent serials and the modern action thrills of Indiana Jones and the Mummy. Previously available in America's Journey to the Lost City, a radically condensed 90-minute version. These exotic masterpieces are presented in this 2-disc box set, newly restored to their original splendor. Is it a box set? No, it's a slipcover, so it's not a box set. Relax. Commentary from David Callett, the fucking GOAT, dude. Shit. This guy is, like, seriously, like, an amazing commentary person. Like, doing a good commentary is not easy, and this dude figured it out. The Indian epic documentary, and a video essay, and then a regular... Yo, this is stacked. Film Movement doesn't even necessarily do a ton of features most of the time, but they knocked it out of the park on this one. I guess it's technically already was put on Disney in 2019, except this... Oh, it's just one of the slip upgrades. I got you. Not produced in India. I'm getting kind of hungry. I might have to... I don't know. I don't know what. So I want to finish this. Pretty cool. Still not produced in India. Okay. I mean, it looks good. No, I'm not gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. Yeah, it's for slime. So, like, you know, kind of a big deal or whatever. Dark Sky. Dark Sky, which is different from Dark Star. Yes. The G. My father let this cup pass away from me. We getting crucified in this shit? That's a hard tagline. Anne and her husband retired 10 years ago to be near their family. One day they were snatched from their home by a corrupt legal guardian who believes they have hidden wealth. Their home and assets are stripped from them, and they're put in a prison-like elder care facility, trapped in a corrupt system. Anne begins to show her true mettle as she and her loyal granddaughter fight to get revenge. Commentary. I'm not seeing a visual essay. It could have been a visual essay on here, is all I'm saying. The G. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Alright, kind of mid reviews, but, you know, it sounds interesting. Canadian crime thriller. Okay. I mean, I'd check it out. I think the slip is pretty good, too, honestly. That's pretty hard. The Ghost Galleon. Another sellout. They fucking... Bizarro. Knocked it out of the park with this slipcover. That shit is hard. Alright. Too much to read. Okay. Publicity stunt gone horribly wrong. Strands 2 bikini-clad models in fog-shrouded waters when they encounter a ghostly galleon. What is a galleon? The floating tomb of the undead Knights Templar, the blind dead. The models vanish without a trace. Search party boards a ship. I guess it's a ship. Only to find themselves trapped in a supernatural nightmare. Big ship. Got it. Thank you. Entwined with satanic cult rituals, haunted by the sound Hunting eyeless Templar corpses, the survivors must confront ancient curses and a relentless underworldly evil. Oh, this is one of the Blind Dead movies. I was literally about to say this sounds like one of the Blind Dead movies. But it is. Sick. Okay, cool. So wait, is the second one out in some capacity? Spanish soundtrack and English dub. That's cool. New appreciation. Getting actual Spanish people on here. That's good. New interview with a film festival director. New interview with the effects artist. An archival documentary. Worst of the 4 Blind Dead movies, but still good. Nice. Also could have had a visual essay on there, as I'm saying, is that there could have been a visual essay, and I'm not really seeing a visual or written essay on here at all, but, you know, it could have been on there. It's, you know, I might have known somebody who might have been willing to do that, but, you know, whatever. Oh, yeah, rough rating. Looks fun, though. I mean, that's hard. Look at that shit. That's sick. That's obviously the better poster. Like, that's not even close. I do like this with the better cut. Like, this looks kind of like Scooby-Doo shit. This looks a little bit more serious. But I like that. That's cool. Yeah, I need to watch the rest of these for sure. Tight. Moving along. Still in the G's. Jesus Christ. The problem is the Blind Dead takes like 50 minutes to show up. Until then it's boring. That's fair. That's fair. That's gross as shit. Oh, man. Whew. That's rough. A film by Sasha Rainbow. That's a great name. Beauty's only skin deep. Yo, that slip is crazy. Night of the Seagulls is my favorite. Yeah, I've only seen the first one. And I really like it. Who is Sasha Rainbow? I need to look this up. A brilliant but disfigured student is shunned by her fellow classmates at a prestigious university. She achieves the popularity she needs by putting her students to terrifying new use as she rip their faces off. Making of, behind the scenes. A visual essay. Could have been somebody who could have done a visual essay on the, you know, on the nature of beauty and beauty expectations for, you know, women in school, and, you know, just how surgery's become like a sort of pathway to privilege, and, you know, just concepts I feel like could have been. There's also like racial elements here that could have been discussed. I don't know, some cool things that could have been in a written or visual essay, is what I'm saying. What an awkward but brilliant Chinese student. I already read this. I want to know who Sasha Rainbow is. I'm guessing this is a woman or a queer person. I mean, I don't know how many fucking stuff by women. Must have a woman as its lead. That's too broad. It's too broad. Anyway, hold on, I want to look up Sasha Rainbow. But what was I gonna say? Oh, you don't have the name Sasha Rainbow as a straight cis person. That just like doesn't happen. That's like not possible. Okay. Indeed, a woman. It would have been a little bit weird for a man named Sasha Rainbow to be directing something like this, to be honest. Okay. I followed her on Instagram. Nice. And I would like to see this movie, actually. Let me put this in, pop this in the old watch list, because it looks fucking gross. I thought I heard buzzing, but we're good. Okay. That slip is fucking crazy, dude. Okay. Great Absence, film movement. 261 left out of what I'm guessing is 500, but that's a cool, it's cool artwork. I don't think you need the slip on this. Working actor to Takashi receives a jarring call from the police. He is forced to reconnect with his estranged father of 20 years, Yoji, an esteemed academic slipping rapidly into dementia. Takashi attempts to piece together the mystery of Yoji's missing life and the fractured life his father now inhabits. Their reunion uncovers long-buried tensions and unspoken grief, forcing Takashi to trace the past of his father that he has long refused to accept. I'm getting worse at the fast reading. All right, I'm kind of losing it. Unfolding as a meditation on loss. Delicately devastating, award-winning drama. It sounds like a bummer. Interview with the director, behind-the-scenes footage. Booklet with an essay. I'll give you a pass. There's an essay on here. Could have been 2, but I'll give you a pass. Oh my god, it's long, dude. Shit. This is 2.5 hours. Probably pretty good though. Not as good as Hey Ride to Hell, probably, right? A devilish devil. This artwork is terrible. This was better. Like, pretty objectively, I think. This artwork is rough. Bill Moseley, not sending his best. I'm judging off of the artwork. I shouldn't do that. 500 units. I mean, good for them for selling it out. Set on the Cox family farm. Yo, there's literally a Cox family farm, just COX family farm here in Virginia. And for the company I work for, Damn Jam, they they placed the biggest order in the history of our company. So shout out Cox Family Farms, like the real one. The real ones, you know what I'm saying? They're like very progressive, cool people. So check that shit out if you're around. And you're right, people will buy anything with Halloween in the title. And who can blame them, honestly? Halloween is such fun. Hayride. I mean, anything about a hayride. Like, maybe you should have saved this for October, but I guess you didn't. You probably could have sold 2,000 slips of this if you saved it for October, to be honest. But like, there's just something magical about those vibes if you can capture them correctly, you know? Like, I bought and watched that Saturn's Core shit, the Haunted Hayride or whatever it was called, and that was dog shit, but I just needed the vibe, you know? Set on the Cox family farm in rural Willis County, Farmer Sam exacts his bloody revenge on unscrupulous local townsfolk, including Sheriff Jubal, who menace him and attempt to steal the farm that's been his family for 200 years. Halloween Feast. Former ballerina Angela descends into madness as her family tries to cope. After an infamous dinner, their lives spiral into unexpected chaos. All skeletons come out at a Halloween party. That sounds fun. I don't understand what the connection is between this double feature if it's different directors, but I got burned too many times by Wave. Sometimes though, they really hit and they're awesome. I'm generally a fan of Wave, and also that movie was dog shit, but I still like think about it and bring it up a lot. So like it did something right. Yeah, this looks terrible. I'm not even gonna front. This does not look good. This is a to be original for sure, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating. Maybe I shouldn't be hating like this. That poster is awful. Whatever. Good for you. You got your shit done, you know? And a Halloween Feast is the one that I probably am more interested in seeing. But let's see if it's like worse. What's the best, worst slipcover of the month? I don't know. I haven't gotten through all of them yet. But this is, yeah, I don't know. This looks marginally better. But, I don't know. Yeah. Got a Brazilian director. That's kind of cool. Giving his own movie a 10 out of 10 as the top review. Hey, you gotta believe in yourself, or nobody will believe in you, you know? That's not necessarily true. I'm living proof that that's not necessarily true. It's on YouTube to watch, no Blu-ray not needed. Oh. Good call. But you don't get a slipcover on YouTube. So, I don't know if you considered that. You also don't get 0 bonus. Okay, there's not 0. There's not a lot on here. I would have done it. I would have done an essay on this. I would have figured it out, you know? I would have figured it out. I'll come back to your question at the end of the thing. Best and worst slipcover. Remind me when we're done to go back and do that. Your nation thanks you for enlisting. Oh boy. Yo, that artwork is crazy. Dying makes all the difference in the world. Caitlin Cronenberg? Holy shit. Wait, why has this not sold out? Are we like misogynists around here or what? The global environmental collapse forces world leaders to take extreme measures to reduce Earth's population. Okay, cool. Booklet with new writing by Nadine Whitney. Okay, okay. Could also had a visual essay on here. Could also had a second written essay on here, but whatever. You know, it's fine, whatever. I would have loved to write about Cronenberg film. It hasn't sold out because it's a mid movie. Oh, is it bad? Yeah, it's apparently kind of bad. Okay. All right, fair enough, fair enough. And apparently a lot of people have seen it, so it's not really like a blind buy situation. But what else has she done? I'm pretty sure I watched this. Yeah, I thought that this was interesting. What is this? Look, Nepo babies get a slight pass if they're women in male-dominated industries. You know what I'm saying? All right, fair enough. I still would like to see it. I'm interested. And it's good artwork. Who did the artwork? I recognize it. Olivia Jackson. I actually don't recognize that name, but I recognize the art style. Okay. Je do. How's you do? Sorry. That's good artwork. Both of these are good artwork, honestly. 1,000 Slips, halfway done. Nice. Animata, right on. Oh, Zhang Yimou and Star Gone. I actually think I probably have this on that set that I overpaid for and haven't touched yet when I was at my peak sickness of overspending on this shit. International Cinema Map follows beautiful young Zhu Du as she is married off to an egregiously cruel and also impotent owner of a dye mill in the Chinese countryside in the early 20th century. When the boss's nephew arrives on the scene, they fall for each other with lustful abandon. Lustful abandon. That'd be a good name for something. Their impassioned affair soon leads to a son. Many such cases where the clandestine couple convinces the despotic husband that he is the father the boy is raised with as his long-awaited heir. What a great prank. However, the myriad complications of infidelity... yeah, you're welcome. Lead to a visceral and psychological melee between the lovers and their ruler with explosively dramatic turns, with its stunning mise-en-scène and sumptuous use of color. Best foreign language film of the Oscars, and has earned a reputation as one of the greatest Chinese films ever made. Video essay by a, professor, whatever. Could have been me. I'm probably as qualified as a film professor, as a fucking Chinese film professor. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and been like, you should have hired me for this one. I mean, I would have said yes, but let's know our lane for a second, The collaboration set, sell it to me, please and thank. DM me on Instagram. I'm serious. DM me on Instagram. I've actually been kind of meaning to sell that. So do that. I do own it. Yeah, I need to see this shit. I've been meaning to trade it in for the standard edition so it doesn't take up as much fucking room in my house, but also I've had it for like years and I haven't touched it. Yimou is a top 5 director for me. Hey, that's awesome. Shout out. Yeah, hit me up. I gotta pay. I got bills to pay, Okay. King Baby, and he's fucking a marionette of some kind. I hope YouTube doesn't get me in trouble for this nun thing, Although that's a strong candidate for the best slip month. It's the nun with her titties out. Look, I'm easy to please, I like what I like. All right. If this has a parental advisory warning on it, that's kind of awesome. And he's fucking... What do you call these guys? And you got this artwork is awesome. Like, whatever this is, I want to see it. Not as good. Just not as good. You need the slip on this one. That's just non-negotiable for this one. 500, Johnny Ryan. Shout out. Johnny Ryan had a great comic that I reposted the other day where it's somebody reading a book and the guy goes up to her and she's like, you know, that author wasn't really a good person. You sure you want to read that? Literally what it feels like to be on the goddamn internet. Far away from the modern world, in the ruins of a remote castle, a self-styled king and his loyal servant perform an absurd daily cycle of pomp, ceremony, and escalating cruelty. Their isolated kingdom is thrown into chaos when the king dreams of a queen and orders a servant to build her from the wood of a fallen tree. So he fucks wood. That's rough. There's that Czech film, Faust. It's one of the Faust movies by Jan something. I don't know his name. But somebody fucks a puppet in that. It's fucking crazy, and it's a wood puppet. With the introduction of the queen, devotion and paranoia collide. The servant falls hopelessly in love, while the king grows increasingly cruel and unstable. That's rough. Follows a darkly comic spiral of rivalry, liberation, and megalomania as the two clashing visions of masculinity battle for control over a kingdom built of nothing. Others deleted scenes, commentary. I noticed there's not a visual essay or a written essay on here. I probably would have. Yep, that's who it was. Good job. Svenkmajer. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's who it is. Anyway, I would have written about the guy fucking the puppet or whatever, you know? I would have done a great job with that. Is there not even... Okay, I was going to say, is there not even a poster on this? That's crazy. France. Classic. Decent. I mean, you know, kind of decent rating. I assume at least one of these people is a woman, but I could be wrong. Anyway. Cool. Lily lives alone. Many such cases. How many fucking dark star, dark sky? I'm getting confused. How many of them are there this month? Dark Sky 1. Dark Star 1. Dark Sky 2. And then there's probably more later. I don't know. No, just those. Okay. Okay. Get the fucking sexy nun off the screen. God forbid. Shout out to everybody who's still hanging with me, because I know that this is a long venture. I couldn't do this when this was Patreon exclusive videos. This is so exhausting, but it's fun with people. Lily lives alone. Okay. I like the wallpaper continuation thing going on here. That's cool. That artwork is better though, just like kind of objectively, right? Like that's fucking sick. I have no idea how many partner labels there even are anymore. Let's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. I remember when there was like 15 or something, you know? Time Tomorrow. It's kind of a cool name. 500 units. Little under halfway, well, a little over halfway sold out, yeah. After the death of her child, Erica, pay attention. Lily runs away to hide in a lonely corner of her small town. Living alone, she struggles to cope with the traumatic memories of her own upbringing. 10 years after her daughter's death, the fabric of Lily's world is tearing apart. Well, that'll happen. Ghosts of her past are waking up, but tonight she must face the depths of her manic madness and a haunting she won't soon forget. Martin Melnick. I have to wonder... That's just wrong. Via's Monopoly, honestly, kind of, yeah. I have to wonder what about a mother losing her daughter is a story that compels you as a male director. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's interesting to me. I don't know. And he wrote it too, so like I don't know what's going on there. Like, what is there like some personal experience that informs that interest, or I don't know, you know? Commentary, featurette, behind the scenes. Seems like there could have been an essay or a visual essay, you know, maybe from like a more feminine perspective or whatever, but you know, it's fine, whatever. I'm gonna get blacklisted in this bit. That poster is crazy. Like, that's so good. Like, that's an all-timer, right? Like, goddamn. And like, nobody has seen it. That's not a very, doesn't inspire confidence. Dark, haunting, sad, short, slow burning, trippy, unsatisfying, watchable. Watchable is maybe the most brutal word you could use in a fucking review. It's a good bit. Thank you. I'm gonna keep it going. It's not that short. It's almost 100 minutes. I don't know. Whoever did that poster went crazy. Like, they snapped on that. Okay, let me switch over to here real quick. Although there's, it's over halfway sold out. I got my copy. Shout out Suspiria Vilches, the queen, drawing the fucking nun with her titties out. Should get her to draw me a nun tattoo. Yeah, that'd be hard. Honestly, this image is really good too. Now that your name is out there on a disc, these labels will be knocking down your door in no time at all. I hope so. I really do. That's what I've been told, is that kind of happens, but I hope so. And I think it's good too. So hopefully when they see it, they're like, damn, that was good. They hit me up. It would be appreciated. But yeah, now that I'm doing the bit, it is kind of astonishing how many releases just could have used a visual essay, and it could have been me that did it. I wouldn't even charge that much. I'm cheap, you know? I'm a cheap date. Hit me up, you know? Yeah. Thanks for the vote of confidence, though. I appreciate it. I should have been on this shit, you know? I'll write about horny nuns any fucking day of the week. Beware the Kiss of the Devil. Maverick exploitation film director Jess Franco. Swiss producer Erwin C. Dietrich's notorious nunsploitation classic comes with Blu-ray for the very first time in North America. Totally uncut and remastered in HD from the original camera negative. Ooh, 16. Not a great start. 16-year-old Maria, lovely Susan Hemingway, is taken by force into the lovely Adim Dazelle. Okay. is taken by force into the, was that it? Adim Dazelle, right? A Celeste agent. Let me say that Celeste saying she's cheap is part of this bit, and in fact she happily works at standard rates. Look, okay. At least while I'm getting started, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a cheap date, all right? But yeah, you should probably pay me the regular rate. Heard the actress actually was 16. Not great, not ideal. Although this is Europe, you know how they are. Over there. Okay. Taken by force into the dreaded Sarah Dare's convent, a sect secretly run by diabolical Satanists. Well, hold on a minute. Why are we demonizing Satanists when you already have a convent? Like, maybe one of the worst institutions to exist. You don't need to invent evil in a goddamn convent, you know? Her confessor is in collusion with the Mother Superior, and the not-so-pious pair almost immediately subject Maria to unspeakable tortures, forcing her into sex with men, women, and even the devil himself. I mean, that sounds awesome. Honest. I shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't say that. Gaslit into believing the supernatural debauchery is all a dream. She writes a letter to God begging for salvation, but the powers that be have other hideous plans in store for her. Man, this is crazy. Shocking, salacious, and also stunningly shot and expertly performed by international casts, is among the best blasphemous European horror films of the 70s, and Highmark and Franco and Dietrich's respective oeuvres. Yo, I can't wait to watch this shit. This is crazy. No, they had to clarify that these are the diabolical Satanists, as normally just saying Satanists wouldn't be a problem. That's true. I also do like the idea that you would need to clarify that the Satanists are diabolical. I guess in these times, you know, Satanists are kind of like just regular chill people. Shout out Troy Howarth getting work on all the Jess Franco shit. Although you really should have Stephen Thrower on here, honestly. I watch that guy talk about anything. He's really good, and he's like the expert. So, memoirs of a port. I mean, to be clear though, I'm also seeing that there's no essay and there's no visual essay, and there definitely could have been, and I definitely would have written about Satanism and Catholicism and the inherent evil therein and the subversion of tropes and lesbianism and whatever, you know. Could have been interesting. This might be the worst slip. Like, what's going on here? This is lazy as fuck. What is this? This might be the worst one. That might be my pick. I mean, you know, whatever, that's fine. It's at least an image of something. You know? An obsessive college freshman joins her university's rowing team and undertakes an extreme physical and psychological journey to make it to the top varsity boat no matter the cost. Satanists are cool, it's the politicians are the real evil. Can I, you know, can y'all indulge me? Can y'all indulge me for a quick rant real quick? This Epstein file shit. All right. First of all, let's maintain some level of epistemic hygiene and like skepticism going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are really popping off, believing some crazy shit that has no evidence whatsoever. All right. If you're in agreement with Joe Rogan about anything, take a second. Take a second is all I'm saying. All right. If you're in agreement with Roger Avery about anything, take a second. All right. You don't gotta hand it to these people, all right? You don't gotta hand it to QAnon. None of that shit, all right? Do a little bit of verification, digging, research. Look it up yourself. All I'm saying, okay? That being said, I don't love when people are like, "Oh, there's all this Satanism going on in the fucking Epstein files." Really? You had to go to Satanism to make it sound lurid and like fucking, you know, unethical. We're talking about like child sex trafficking, and you have to make up Satanism to be mad about it or make it sound bad? Come on, bro. If they were doing Satanism, that would be like easily the nicest thing, the like most defensible thing they were doing out of all the shit, right? Come on, bro. That's my quick rant. If you hear somebody say that, all right, alarm bells. All right, skepticism. It's a good thing, all right? Anyway, somebody DM'd me earlier today to say that this movie is really good and that this actress really fucking went through the ringer for it. So that's cool. 500 units. We love a dedicated queen, right? No, that's not what I want. Over here. And click on that. And it's got really good ratings. Shit, I'd actually like to see this. I feel like I know this actress. Hunger Games, Orphan, Horizon. I mean, this looks really good. It's kind of crazy that they only did 500 units, but this is such a like big movie, but you know, whatever. Yeah, I'd like to at least watch this. Wait, is there any booklet with new writing? All right, all right, all right. Commentary with the director and the actress, interview with the director, interview with the actress, 2 deleted scenes. All right, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, some amount of scholarly work on here, but you know, there could have been a second, could have been a visual essay on there, could have been some kind of second written essay. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to just be one, you know, whatever. So many of these are 500, dude. It's crazy. Kim Stim. There's somewhere out there, there is an autistic person named Kim who is stimming. That's all I'm saying. Someone out there is hitting the Kim stim, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm just saying whatever. Too much to read. It's too much. A full service distribution company? Okay. Is that isn't that in the price? In near dystopian future, Japan's government launches Plan 75, a program encouraging the elderly to terminate their own lives. Ooh, topical. Is this a Canadian film? I don't actually know how true that is. It was just a bit going around that Canada was like trying to euthanize all their fucking old people to relieve its rapidly aging population social and economic burdens. I mean, can we just say it as a society that old people are indeed social and economic burdens? Is the woke left gonna get mad at me if I say that? Okay, that's all I'm saying. In Hayakawa's remarkable and sensitive feature film debut. Sensitive is not something that I'm being right now, so I appreciate that. The lives of three ordinary citizens intersect in this new reality as they confront the crushing callousness of a world ready to dispose of those no longer deemed valuable. Yeah, that sounds really sad and true, and there is something to be said about how capitalism is definitely starting to I don't know, I'm surprised that old people aren't more on the chopping block right now. I mean, we saw it during COVID where like all the ghouls were out there like, look, your grandma might die, but like, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? Not make a bunch of money? Sorry, grandma, take one for the fucking team, you know what I'm saying? There are burdens, which is only a problem when society relies on each human being as a cog in an endless profit creation machine. Exactly. There's actually nothing wrong with being a burden. It's like literally a capitalist sort of construction, you know? It's actually totally fine to be a person that isn't producing like fucking monetizable, or is that the word I'm looking for? Profitable, whatever, value to a society or whatever. You have inherent value as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I got a shipping notification from here. Damn, they're on it. That's kind of crazy because like you could have, I don't know, for stuff I ordered last month. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I want to give you some time to add to your order, you know? Okay. This sounds really good. Let me look it up. And I like that slipcover a lot, actually. That's pretty good stuff. Yeah, I like it a lot better than the regular, just like festival artwork poster thing, which probably could have been better. Can we talk about, real quick, actually, why so many movie posters are just like a picture? Can we not get like art going on? Like, what's going on there? It sounds sad as fuck. I'll see that, though. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost there. Any guess for the secret Friday the 13th VS title? Oh shit, are they doing another one? No, I have no idea. Is there a hint that they've put out yet? That's crazy. The Roost with Homeboy's artwork, the guy who did the Sadness. I'm guessing Wes Ben Scoter. Yeah. Oh shit, thanks Plastic Chuck. I appreciate you. Hell yeah. Let's run that shit back. Let's go. Thank you. I don't know if you're in the chat, but you're a real one. Unmasked Part 25 is the returning title, presumably. Oh, okay. It's like a variant slipcover instead of a new title. Anyway, shout out Plastic Chuck. You're a fucking real one. I appreciate you. If you do $5 more, you can commission a review out of me if you want, or if you want to save my schedule, you don't have to. But I appreciate it a lot. Following a near-death car accident, 4 friends on their way to a Halloween wedding venture to a secluded farm for help. Little do they know they will soon disturb an ancient evil with far more ghastly plans. And oh, it's Ty West. Cool. This is a short film, and whatever this is, presumably another short film. But unfortunately, I'm not seeing any, scholarly work or, any visual essay or a written essay or, like a archival or like a scholarly commentary or anything like that. I mean, just things you could have done if you, wanted to support like film criticism, like as a, thing that continues to exist. Whatever, no big deal. If they bite you, kill yourself. Shit. Well, that poster is okay, but this artwork is fucking hard. Like, this is sick. I could have done an essay about bats. I really like bats, you know? Snowy bing bongs. That sounds like I'm saying something like extraordinarily racist, but I'm gonna trust that that's not what's happening. Uh, what was that? 3 hours, y'all. Welcome to the special Blu-ray of Snowy Bing Bongs Across the North Star Combat Zone. That's kind of a fucking awesome title. Blissfully Bonkers What's It from unclassifiable dance comedy trio Cocoon Central Dance Team is part psychotropic performance art spectacle, part absurdist sketch show. The three Bing Bongs lounge about, fight beach balls, and periodically break into wondrously strange dance routines, outer space interludes. A serious consideration of Dr. Boners. Okay. And a 90s style girl group meltdown along the way. It all plays like a live action cartoon piped in from the cotton candy colored alternate universe. Produced by the Academy Award winning Daniels. Okay. Written and directed by Rachel Wolther. French Italian and Alex H. Fisher. That sounds awesome. Audio commentary. 2 hours of bonus features! Exclamation mark. For deleted scenes, shorts, live performance, booklet with an interview. Can't help but notice, though, that there's no visual essay, there's no written essay, there's no critical commentary, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure the Snowy Bing Bongs across North Star Combat Zone don't need any critical appraisal, as I'm sure there's nothing to talk about. It's fine. It's American, so I was hoping that this was a foreign film of some kind, and that's why we were calling something Bing Bongs. Is it just me, or is that like a racist thing that people say about like Asians? Am I making that up? I've heard that before from, you know, racists making jokes. Have you seen the Severance title? I like bats. You'd like that one. I have not, but I'm sure I would, and I do like bats. That's a true thing about me. The movie sounds awesome, though. I'm not necessarily saying that they're racist. Could just be something that I'm not understanding or whatever. It sounds fucking crazy. I'm into it. I'm not seeing the... Oh, wait, there they are. Daniels. Somersault. Film Movement Classics. We got Ladies. I'm guessing this was also 500. I mean, they're selling a lot of these, too, is the thing. I don't believe it's a standard slur. I've only heard it as a stand-in for fool or idiot. Oh, I've never heard of that before. I've heard it as, like, making fun of, like, you know, Japanese dialect or something like that. I don't even know if I should repeat this, but an ex of mine, her dad, like, walked in on her, like, watching anime, and he said, "Are you watching Bing Bong cartoons again?" That's, like, what came to mind. Like, brother. Anyway. I think this artwork is about as good either way. Kate Shortland. Sam Worthington is in this. The Avatar King himself. After making a misjudged advance towards her mother's boyfriend. Yikes. Not your best moment. 16-year-old Heidi flees her home. I don't know you gotta do all that, but it is unfortunate. Flees her home for the small Australian ski town of Jindabyne? Entranced by the startling beauty of the wintry landscapes and falling snow, she begins to create a new life for herself with little money or practical experience. She accepts a job at a petrol station and finds lodging with Irene. When she falls for Joe, Sam Worthington, presumably way older than 16, the son of a wealthy local farmer, her self-destructive tendencies resurface. Getting there. I might have self-destructive tendencies myself. In her fragile new world, threatens to come tumbling down. An erotic, lyrical depiction of a young girl's sexual awakening. Somersault is a breakthrough debut for both its director and its star, Kate Shortland. That actually sounds pretty good. It's a difficult thing to do, to make films about sexuality amongst young people, but it's also, I think, important. Short film, making of, cinematographer, featurette, deleted scenes with commentary. In a commentary, the director can't help but notice. I was Silver Fox, and I had no idea what you were talking about for a second, and then I figured it out. I was like, is that a euphemism for something? But I understand now. Anyway, I can't help but notice that there's no, critical essays, anything like that, to maybe discuss sexuality and femininity and things of that nature. Because there's a this is 2004. This movie's old as fuck, so he was younger. Okay. This is pre-Avatar. All right, never mind. I mean, still, you should have hired. Oh, the director of Black Widow. She does not look happy in this picture. She should smile more. I think that, she'd go. Yeah, I don't know. This sounds interesting. I would check this out. I'm gonna hit that in the watch list. Why not? Stupefying Siren Tales of Pamela Such. Crazy. This is Corinne Halbert, right? The artist? Doesn't say, but that's who it looks like. We got a cat. Hell yeah. You gotta hit the cat. Don't hit the cat. You know what I mean? You gotta have a cat. Yo. Is that a cat shooting laser beams? Bro. Is that a cat shooting laser beams into another cat's ear? Holy shit. That's awesome. I gotta be careful clicking through this shit. Look, I'm looking at the stills. Oh my god. Am I buying this? Like immediately? We have women with large breasts and cats flying on broomsticks and shooting laser beams. Many of my favorite things. Oh, we have... It's fine. We have, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. Tina Kraus. I have such a big crush on Tina Kraus. I don't know what she's eating, but that looks fucking gross. Yo, the fucking artwork has Tina Kraus undressing and the cat on a broomstick. So that's kind of already better than the slipcover, if I'm being honest. The cat movie is the one I was saying is on YouTube. This one? This is on YouTube? The actress was a major name for Wave and then set out on her own to make weirdo films. Tina Kraus? Yeah, she's awesome. She's like a fucking queen, and she follows me on Instagram. No big deal or anything like that, but she does follow me on Instagram. That's pretty cool, whatever. I bought it, I can always send it to you. Thanks. It's a female director too? Let's fucking go. I think this looks awesome. This actress was a major name for... Oh, so are you talking about Pamela Such or are you talking about Tina Kraus? Because I guess maybe two of them did that then. Oh, Heidi Honeycutt is the author of I Spit on Your Cellular. That's awesome. All right, this one gets a pass. You got cool people doing cool shit on this one. Although I would have loved to be on the fucking cat movie. Okay, you're talking about Pamela. Right on. Nice. The cat movie is the one I was saying is on YouTube. Help me out. Which one are you talking about? Oh, okay, you are talking about this. This is the best part. You've already experienced it. I am choosing to have hope in my heart that this movie is awesome. Mesmerizing works of one of underground cinema's most eccentric and unique female video auteurs, writer, director, and martial arts black belt Pamela Such began her career as an actress for New Jersey's Wave Productions, becoming an internationally recognized indie scream queen. Early 2000s, Pam obtained a camera of her own and launched Siren Tales Productions, heroically directing a bewildering... Oh, wait, let's relax a little bit. Array of distinctive video features that meet somewhere at the aesthetic crossroads of Gary Whitson, Doris Wishman, and Neil Breen. Sounds pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds pretty sick. Saturn Score is proud to present this new collection with compiled 6 of Pamela Such's genre-hopping video... Whoa. There's 6 movies on here, including a sexy modern homage to the railroad track line Perils of Pauline serials in 1910s, starring Tina Krause and Debbie D. I forgot how much of a crush on Tina Krause I have. It's coming back to me. It's fine. Pair of baffling Vine assaulting custom sci-fi epics, a duo of body swapping gender transformation fetish yarns. Yo, we got trans shit on here too. Okay. If I could hit a button and look like Tina Krause, I would hit it 1,000 times, is all I'm saying. And a familiar murder mystery with a non-human cast. Surprise solely real feline kitty cats in one bird. I don't know what to say. This is awesome. Catastrophe 2000. Just search it on here. You can watch it right now. All right. All right, I'm doing it. There's also 5 other movies on this, so it's, you know, probably something. Stupefying siren tales of Pamela. This is awesome that they're doing this. Like, I'm being serious. I think it's really cool that they put this out and they're like highlighting female filmmakers in this space. Let me shout this out real quick. It's gonna blast on the sound real quick. Oh, it's not. Cool. Homeboy Ryan Verrill just put up an interview with Liz Purcell. You should probably go watch that. Doesn't have a ton of views right now. I haven't watched it yet either, so I'm part of the problem. All right, I'm taking accountability right now, but you should watch this video. This is probably really good. I believe in Ryan and his abilities to do cool shit. And it's really cool that he interviewed her, and I'm excited to see it. Anyway, what am I looking up? Catastrophe. But it's like trophy. Catastrophe. Okay. 2000. Oh my god. Oh my god. What, is it a short film? It's 3 minutes long. It might be doubling up on sound right now, and if it is, I apologize. This is awesome. I feel like this isn't the same thing. Okay, I don't know if this is copyright or what, but hell yeah. Let me look it up here. Should be, oh, it's 16 minutes. Well, this one's 3. I'm not seeing the whole thing. So I guess you gotta buy the Blu-ray. You want the full catastrophe experience. You know? Catastrophe 2000. I'm pulling this shit up on Letterboxd. An all feline epic. Fuck yeah, dude. Justin gave this a 10 out of 10. Top review says, what cinema was invented for. I believe it. And Pamela searches YouTube under her name. I saw it like an hour ago. Okay, where is it? Pamela such. Aha! There it is. And I am subscribing to her YouTube channel. I feel like what we just watched for a second was not the same thing. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because I'm not trying to, you know, blow up her shit. This is awesome. Chester. Well, name down. Okay. That's fucked up. Alright, I'm gonna kind of skip around.
Religious leader,
Oh my god.
Bud was the intelligent yet introverted of the three,
This is awesome.
although sensitive and kind. But was this lavish lifestyle of the possession of rare and unique treasures, late afternoon dinner party,
Bro, this is so sick.
disturbance among community members?
I can't be
Even
seeing
though
dead cats right now, bro.
Careless, and Sorton just
He has
searched
a
for
hat.
philosophical statements of an ancient escalated.
He's getting seasoned?
Hey, that's my lunch, Chester.
Don't eat the
That's
cat.
my lunch.
He's scholarly.
It says
This one reads.
if I follow these instructions, I should be able to develop magic powers.
I believe in you, buddy. Fuck yeah, dude. Go off, King. Yo.
I should focus on an object.
Alright, I can't watch this whole thing. I can't be spoiling it. It sounds like you should definitely buy this Blu-ray. Because that was awesome. I want to give it a 10 based on just the sum total 30 seconds that I saw alone just now. Audio commentary on Catastrophe with Ross Snyder. Fuck yeah. Audio commentary on The Gosh Darn Mortgage. Audio commentary. Extended interview. I will say, I would have done a scholarly visual essay on Catastrophe that was longer than the movie. I would have done that as a bit, and it would have been awesome. Should have hired me. That's all I'm saying. I would have done it. It would have been so sick. All right, I take it back. Buy 10 copies. Thank you. It's really big of you to admit when you're wrong about things. You know, it's a really rare quality in people, and I think it's really admirable. So thank you for demonstrating how we can all be better people and admitting that you should have purchased at least 10 copies of Catastrophe, because fuck yeah. Is there a list of the films on here? Transformed. Is it Transformed and Genetics, or is it, hold on. Oh wait, it's right here. I can just go over here. Fuck yeah, dude. Kidnapped and chloroformed again. I had a nickel. It looks like some of this stuff is not even on Letterboxd yet, so really really at the forefront here. I went way long on that, but there were cats. What was I supposed to do? Excuse me. All right, taking a water break. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get to the end of this. Even if it takes over this was the only thing on my agenda, and we're at 3 fucking hours, dude. This is crazy. How does Ryan do this? He talks about like a fucking 1,000 of them. Does he just read less than I think he does? A gang of small-time criminals in a working-class French suburb stage a daring heist against a mysterious Saudi prince. Okay. An essay? Oh, shout out Felipe Furtado. I'm not even going to be mad at this. He deserves work. Like, I read his essay on the Sato Volume 2 set, and it's fucking amazing. Like, read that shit. It's so good. I'll give you a pass on this one. I'm guessing 500 slips. Yeah. Several futures. Oh, yeah, this is the, like, based one, right? Yeah, like, literally the anti-imperialist label. Pretty cool. You got dudes blasting. Looks pretty good. French. Cool. I'm into that. Three more to go, gang. We're almost there. We're at the last stretch. And we'll do Melusine too, but I won't go very long on it because God knows what's on there and I can't be showing it, but you know. Vic and Tarstar's Scarecrow Factory from Art Label. Truly the weirdest partner label, I think. This looks crazy. Blood Sick Mumble Gore. All right. 500 units. Vic and Tarstar shooting their latest horror movie trash epic, scarecrowed with the cast and crew of punks, drug addicts, fetish models, and dumpster divers. That's all my friends. You're describing the crew right now. Set back by extra hairy relationship drama, homelessness, lack of funding, and their own crew members quitting. You're still describing my friend group. Straight up. Vic and Tarstar just want to tell their story with the right budget. You two can buy your own haircutting scarecrow made by the animatronic goo guys at the Scarecrow Factory. Bruce Longo. Commentary. I made a mistake, I think, doing this, because I have to record a professional voiceover. I mean, I guess I can do it tomorrow, and like my voice is getting tired, so I should. Bastard Cross Ripper. Bastard Cross. I think I've seen that band before. Wait a minute. Are they from Richmond? Yo, I'm pretty sure I've seen that band. And they're like semi-local. Let me make sure I'm not making this up. Bastard Cross. No, I guess not. I must have been confusing them with somebody else. Wait. No, I do kind of know this band, I think. There's a few bands called Bastard Cross, if you can believe that. And I think I've seen, or I've at least listened to one of them. Anyway, let's go back over here. All right. Scarecrow Factory. Uh-huh. Okay. Yikes. Yikes. Oh no. This is not what you want. Oof. I think if I made a movie and Sam Deegan wrote this about my movie, I would kill myself. I'm being so honest. I'm not saying this guy should kill himself. I'm saying that if that happened to me, that's probably what I would be like, well, that's a wrap. I fucked up somewhere. If you have a history of treating women like shit, it would probably be better to go to therapy and work on yourself for a while instead of directing and starring in a film where you show yourself treating your girlfriend badly, seemingly with zero remorse. Art can be a great way to process complicated feelings, but this is basically just a record of people being manipulative and exploitative. This is brutal, dude. Yeah, I think, yeah. My reaction. That's rough, dude. Shout out Sam. The GOAT. Yeah, that's rough. Vinyl. CIP. I mean, yep. This sure is. That's vinyl, all right. You did it. Sorry, Tom Ralston. I'm not trying to be mean. Exact same artwork, so you know, 1,000 units, pretty cool. Is this a documentary? It is. Often discussed but rarely understood, collectors are driven by an obsessiveness that mainstream society struggles to understand. Yo, how come ETR Media gets away with this, where they make a collector's documentary every fucking 3 weeks and it sells out instantly, and then this isn't even halfway sold out? Come on, man. Also, missed opportunity to make the disc a vinyl record. I'm just gonna say that. Should have done that. That would have been pretty straightforward, and it would have been really cool. Really dropped the ball on that, to be honest. Anyway, through conversations with dozens of devoted record collectors, vinyl offers an unblinking and amusing look at this phenomenon, exploring the personal struggles that lead to collecting, the negative ways it impacts, yeah, and the essential joy it brings to others, helping them achieve a sense of meaning, purpose, and comfort. I'm gonna shout out my favorite vinyl collector, Mike Seatown, friend of mine, awesome YouTube extraordinaire. Check out Mike Seatown. Watch his videos. He's a cool guy. First feature-length documentary from one-of-a-kind filmmaker Alan Zweig. Vinyl introduced his trademark idiosyncrasies and confessional approach fully formed, resisting traditional notions of likability. He reveals as much about himself as he does about his subject, which include a mix of everyday vinyl devotees alongside cultural figures like, nice, Bruce LaBruce, Guy Madden, Don McKellar, and Harvey Pecker. Don't know those last two names, but shout out Bruce LaBruce and shout out Guy Madden. Even as Weig reckons with the debilitating side of collecting, he reveals his own deep commitment to the subject. Oh, really? With an honesty that will resonate with collectors and non-collectors alike. As a shocking reveal that the guy who decided to make a documentary about vinyl collectors is himself a vinyl pervert. You know? Best Surviving Tape Master. Mirror Introduction. Oh my god, dude. I'm sorry, you don't need to do 4 new commentaries about your movie. Like, you have too much to say. Feature-length companion film composed entirely of footage cut. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. New audio. Oh my god. So 5? 5 new? Oh, there's a new, as a commentary on the alternate one too. Jesus. Interviews, booklet. I don't know. I'm gonna say that y'all. I mean, I would, if somebody hit me up and said, "Would you write about this?" I would have said yes. But like, you know, whatever. You already got Homeboy doing 25 audio commentaries on his own movies. So. Yeah, y'all are kind of stacked. Not Andy Warhol. I actually would like to watch this. Because I think this is an interesting subject if it's done artfully, and there's a lot of slop documentaries about this kind of thing, and this is probably not one of them. I actually would really like to see this. Okay. Agfa. Shout out Agfa. Maybe they dropped the ball picking a movie with a letter so late in the alphabet because it didn't sell out instantly like it usually does. It had the exact number and then it just went to over 1,000. I mean, they're almost halfway sold out in a day, so it's pretty good. Okay. Everyone Needs More Wildwood, New Jersey in Their Lives. Shot on Dreamy. Super 8 film by directors Ruth Lightman and Carol Weeks Cassidy with an all-women crew. That's awesome. Documentary shines a light on the lives of women from Wildwood, New Jersey, the last great American carnival town, from go-go dancers to girls who work as vampires. Oh. If you need a girl who works as a vampire, that's a job I could do. You know what I'm saying? It's a movie made by women and physical media collectors are scared. Sometimes that's what it feels like. I mean, shout out to the people who showed up for a castration movie. That's awesome. But, you know, I'm just saying, Blu-ray collectors not beating the allegations all the time. Boardwalk Haunted House. Film moves beyond big hair and press-on nails. Look at the souls of women. That's really admirable. If I had if I had to distill my life's work into one sentence, it would be looking into the souls of women, you know? Something I sort of specialize in. Raised on the boardwalks, rides, neon lights, and beaches, it's easy to see why Lana Del Rey included footage from the movie in her Diet Mountain Dew music video. Yo, Lana Del Rey knows ball like that? All right. All right. I actually like Lana Del Rey. I think she's a very talented musician. And the Did You Know There's a Tunnel? Whatever the fuck the name of that album is. That shit fucking rips. That's so good. Plus, this release also includes found media sensation Girls at the Carnival and Cinema Verite Wonder Mall City. I need to listen to that record again. I haven't listened to it in a while. I kind of forgot about it. But it's really good. 2 films that feel like spiritual cousins to our friends in Wildwood. She's also like kind of a weird Republican, though. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I just don't love that. Found VHS tape. Mall City. I'm going to Mall City, bro. This looks good. That's really cool that they put it out, too. I'm into this. Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Yeah, fucking record is really good. I'll probably listen to that after I'm done streaming. Oh, it's only an hour long. I do still want to fucking watch it. So we have a sum total of 50. Okay, I mean, we're talking about just right over 2 hours of content. So, you know, whatever. I guess the the misogynist get a pass for a second or whatever. Best and worst slipcover. I'm gonna say the best one is the one with the nun with the titties out. What can I say? I mean, the one for the roost is fucking crazy too, though. And then the worst one I'm gonna say is the novice, and they're right next to each other. What do you know? Yeah, this is hot. I don't know what to say. I like that. I also really like the King Baby one, to be honest. That's really good. And I really like this grafted one because that is like genuinely like fucking insane, like gross shit. It looks like the Ghana, the Ghanaian posters. Really good. All right, let me get Lana previously mentioned she was not a feminist. Yeah, her politics are strange to say the least. Imagine saying that, like, as anybody, but also like as a woman whose work is overtly feminist. Like, okay, sure. I think I can show these. Okay, there's titties in the preview, so I gotta be careful, but it's fine. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, her nipples are out. All right, hold on. But, you know, it's just be chill about it, okay? I'll just scroll down fast. But we have Nasty Nurses and Let's Talk Sex, and now I'm scrolling down. Okay. Director Paul Vitelli was one of the most prolific filmmakers working on hardcore films in the early 80s, known for his extraordinarily glossy approach to filmmaking. Oh, this is Picorama, by the way, 2,000 units, and we still have a lot, as we usually do. A pair of his lesser-seen works, both produced by the legendary Caribbean Films, are presented on Blu-ray restored from their original camera negatives. The doctors and nurses at a neighborhood hospital find out the facility is at risk of closure, and Nasty Nurses, deciding that it's the best to go out with a bang, they offer their patients sort of carnal cures you don't learn at medical school. All you folks with a medical fetish, fucking pay attention. John Holmes. Okay. Debut feature. In Let's Talk Sex, the central stewards of a racy phone service dial a fantasy, help their clients relieve pent-up tension, while offering counseling on everyday erotic problems. No desire is too hot to handle for this crew. Cool. And no features. I'm just saying, Picorama, if you want somebody who's seen a lot of these fucking movies that can talk about them, you should hire me to do audio commentaries on this shit. I'm just saying. Okay. Can I show? Yeah, that's fine. VCX, anytime, any place. We have a disc jockey of sorts, it would seem, perhaps, maybe. 1,500 left out of 2,000. Okay. Lynn, Skinner, and Chicky. Fake names. Prefer to enjoy the finer things in life so long as they're stealing them from the undeserving, filthy rich. That is valid. Shout out Lynn, Skinner, and Chicky. Fucking... I can't even discern the gender of those three people, to be honest. This gang of... I assume they're women? I don't know. Carefree career criminals risk being torn apart when recently paroled Chicky faces a return to the slammer. Oh, Chicky is a man. Okay. Unless he can come up with some cash to pay off a sinister insurance outfit taking advantage of their charm and good looks, the trio begin ripping off the highest of high society while frequently finding themselves witness to, if not embroiled in the carnal dalliances of their victims, along with increasing romantic entanglements with each other. Happens. Oh, from the Taboo franchise comes a carnal caper. Right on. In one of her most revealing starring... I mean, how much more revealing are you gonna get? Like... She's in porn. Big budget romantic comedy breaks and enters its way into Blu-ray. Nice. And no special features. I mean, why would there be special features? Who cares about porn, right? We're only like putting it out and selling it to a mass audience, but why would we want scholarly work on the porn? You know, whatever. It's almost like there's somebody out there who does that on a monthly basis for a podcast. That could probably translate that into scholarly work for your Blu-ray release, but whatever. It's fine. Anyway, we got a lot of people in here still. Shout out. Thanks, y'all. I gotta eat, and I'll finish my work for tonight and all that other stuff. So that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with me and keeping the chat popping off and everything like that for 3.5 hours. I appreciate it. Thanks y'all for being here. Yeah, sign off indeed. Let me run this back real quick. Shout out Plastic Chuck. Appreciate you. You're the best. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for being here. Enjoy films. And remember. Oh, bye, Andrew. Thanks for being here. And remember, Satan loves all of their children. Bye.